cried.
All right.
That's what I did last session.
Well, we're gonna be rolling for it.
Oh, fuck
Dude,
your
we're playing
rolling.
Smash.
Fuck
Just
your
give-
Hold on,
rolling.
before we start, it's Joe, Kevin, Traven,
You know what it's
and
Oh my
Traven actually is going to be giving the
Finally,
recap.
someone besides me. Meanwhile, there's some wild sounds in the background.
Okay, whoa. Oh, wait 1 sec. Traven, can you turn your Smash down?
There you go.
Thank you.
There you go.
Okay, so...
Did you hit the sword?
Yeah, oh.
Ooh. Ooh. Dunkin' Donuts, heart-shaped donuts are pretty nice.
Oh my god.
So, if you want to give the recap, Traven?
Well, I'm smashing.
Multitasking, boy.
Can't.
You can.
Are you shitting me?
Oh god!
And
No, cat, don't do that! Oh. No, jalapeno! No! Ah!
Someone just got the
I'm the
final...
ultimate cat. You can't touch me. I'm still metal.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Ooh. Ultimate cat. Bye. Nerds. Fuck. Uh-oh. I saw that coming. I'm a kitty cat. I dance,
Oh,
dance,
no.
dance. I dance, dance, dance.
Oh, no.
I'm a kitty cat. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Who's this?
Oh no.
Selkie. Oh, okay.
The last session.
Really do not like this stage. This stage is
Traven killed
just so chaotic.
Interesting.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Yo, did you know I was gonna play Incineroar?
Yeah.
Because I asked about it.
Yeah.
I was actually just curious. I didn't remember if you were blue Incineroar or not. God damn it. You're not even hurting him. You're turning into me.
Because I'm trying to punch my way through a giant fucking
He
phase
solved
on
his
blast.
issues with physical aggression.
What
He
the
knows
fuck?
no other solution.
I literally
killed the cat.
Yeah, I saw that.
Ooh.
Alright. I'm heading over to my computer so we can start D&D after this. Oh, fuck. I just put my knee on a bottle of alcohol that's sitting on my floor. That makes me sound like a drunk, which I am, but...
We're all true alcoholics now, boys.
Wow, I'm really
bought
feeling it,
Dylan
Dill.
God.
What the hell's going on right now?
Okay, Dylan, this match is over. This match is over.
It's not over.
Okay, I'm just
Guys,
gonna fucking kill myself.
I
can't
set
do
my
this.
Switch next to my door. It's okay. It won't lag anymore. I forgot that if I moved, you guys were fucked.
Nice.
Holy shit.
Oh, I didn't time that.
What the fuck?
Oh my god! Please tell me he's dead.
I didn't have any jump for side B.
Jeez. Did Traven just
so-
wipe the floor on you or something? Like, what happened?
No, the stage killed Dylan.
Stage killed Bill.
Ooh.
Like I saw
Basically-
it bounce to the other one, and I was like, he's not gonna hit the
You know
other
how
one.
those
And then he hit the
fire
other one,
pillars
and I was
happen-
like, well, once
You know-
Dylan was like
you know-
half.
You know,
Go
in
ahead, Arm.
this Pokemon League where the fire comes up.
Yes.
Dylan got hit by the one on stage, launched to the side, got hit by a fire pillar that came out from the blast zone, launched him to the other blast zone. He got hit again, and then
He
he
was
just
number one.
That's painful. Oh.
All right. So if everyone wants
Alright.
to hop on roll 20,
Okay.
I'm not on roll 20.
I see that you are.
No, I'm not.
I was more so referencing Kevin and Joe, since everyone else is on it right now.
But I'm not on it yet.
Call you swashbucklers. But
I'll be on in a minute. I gotta
Okay.
we'll just do the
the
recap.
process of a little thing.
Do
Okay.
the
So
recap.
after we So previously on the Changers of Fate.
God, that's not a fucking name. That's not a fucking group name. You...
Previously on the Red Cloaks.
Previously on the Red Cloaks.
Sure.
A child strangled a woman. Moving on. No, so basically we ended up taking that woman, the drow woman that we strangled, back to the castle after we ended up talking with a bunch of the people that were incredibly hurt and or dead.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up wrapping her up with some change. We ended up going to go see the king, and we found after we plopped the woman on the ground, on the cold floor, that you had all these nobles and the king, and they were really worried because obviously that the country that is attacking them or orchestrated the assassination was the one from before. I actually can't pronounce the name again, so Don has to pronounce it. I don't want to
What
butcher
place?
it again. The country that is attacking us.
Oh, Ajar.
Ajar.
So Ajar is now attacking again, and what was going on was the king decided to sit this one out because he's like, Henry's got this, and I'm a lazy fuck. So,
Sure.
so Henry and 3 other nobles were like, hey, we're going to make it so all the troops are on the outside of the country, so that way we can just prepare for all attacks from the sea. And then the other ones were like, no, that's a terrible idea. We should start small and move outward. But Henry's like, no, you. And then all the Red Cloaks got involved. And then the Red Cloaks were able to negotiate that, hey, we should do what the nobles are saying, because even though you're the king, and those nobles might be corrupt, you got to go with the rationale. So we slowly ended up diverting troops to different provinces.
And I just want to say real fast, it was really funny because you're like, okay, we're going to go with the nobles. And then you guys immediately were like, no, we're going to just build up from the south.
Yep. So, but then we found out there was an issue in Pilgrim's Refuge. I wonder what that's all about. So, then afterwards, we did all that. Honestly, what did we do after that?
You began traveling.
We began traveling, and we were going to go...
Found a statue in the forest.
We found a statue in the forest, and then did that puzzle for a stupid amount of time.
Look,
we found out the boy...
We got something beneficial at the end.
And 2 chests that were... One was a prison chest that had the word Blake that was supposed to represent prison with a bunch of different words for it. And the other was a death chest with all kinds of death words on it. Not a good time. I don't recommend it. And then we kept moving statues around. We kept messing with this wolf statue that we somehow agitated enough to be as loud as a small, or actually a large jet engine. It was actually vibrating the entire cave. You had to be there, Herman. And what was going on after that was we were like, oh, okay, we just need to open one of the chests. And there was this great story we heard about how this boy and his dog, and they were best friends, and they sounded a lot like Finn and Jake. But then it got to this dark part where the dog gets stabbed in the head, and the boy ends up becoming a crazy necromancer. We didn't like that part.
You liked that part. We didn't like that part.
I like that part. So we, after a while of trial and error and realizing just how stupid we really are, we decided to open one of the chests. We opened the prison chest, and then the boy and the dog, they're not statues no more. And they're like, hey, thanks, here's a coin. You ever need us? Just, yeah. And then they left. And that was the session.
Yeah.
If we need their help, we have to bury the coin and they will come out of the ground.
I don't know how that works, but okay.
That was a very stunning recap. Nice job, Traven.
Yeah. I get a point of inspiration.
I would not been able to
go
recap
ahead.
this.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't earn it, but okay.
I mean, if you say you didn't earn it, then fine.
Oh yeah, so this is actually a great time. So previously, on Alex, might as well just do that recap.
Oh, yeah, go ahead and do that.
What?
So, this is gonna be some great storytelling.
What
If
the
you enjoyed
fuck are these
Travis' previous
arrows?
3 minutes, you're gonna enjoy the next 3 other minutes. So before we need to go to the dinner party, so we're gonna rewind time back a little bit. We're all getting ready. You're at the castle. And then Alice was like, I'm gonna go in the forest and try and learn how to do alchemy because she saw Barthon go in the forest. So she walks in the forest and she tries to find some star root. And unfortunately, she doesn't find two. She only finds two star root. Why? Because this fucking Barthon took all the star root out of the
I
goddamn
didn't take it all.
portal.
I rolled like, I forget what it was. It was like a 17. And I had like
You
5.
know what you did. You know what you did.
I got
She
5.
only found like, so she keeps going. She ends up going to the lake. You know, the lake, big old little lake by the lake. She's going around. She's this hippo. That hip like distance, just staring at her, creepy. And she goes to this nest. She sees giant eggs in it. Those are creepy too. She thinks about touching it, and all of a sudden she hears a bah. It's a goat. No, it's a ram. No, it's a super ram. It took a second for her to figure out what it was. But then Alice was slow and she was touched the ram's all like, bruh, no. But Alice don't understand ram speak. So she's like slowly inches her finger forward and the ram kicks a rock and it brushes against her face. Doesn't damage it, just nearly misses it. And Alice doesn't touch the egg. But then she doesn't find anything else. She's like, I gotta climb this mountain because I'm gonna get me some snapdragon. And she starts climbing. She starts, just doing the climbs. She's just really good, real good.
Real good.
She gets to the top, and it's just like, yeah, she gets to it, and she ends up, actually, what was that? That was the nest one, right? Dylan, or at least the first floor was like the nest.
No, the first floor was just like a small pool.
Okay, so it was like a small. Oh yeah. So there was a small pool, and it was like all clean spring water, all natural, not like any of that grimy stuff peasants drink. So Alice like takes a sip, and she ends up hearing the ram going, "Bah, no," all over again, and she's like, "What the hell, ram? What do you want from my life?" And the ram doesn't answer because Alice don't know no fucking Sylvan ram speak. So the ram just disappears, and then she goes and climbs again. And she starts climbing. All of a sudden, the ram's looking down at her. And it's near this really big, pretty good-sized rock. And Alice is just like, you better not. And then the ram just, like, really slightly looks at Alice deep in her eyes. They lock eyes. It's a very romantic moment for a couple seconds. And then he says, bah, and kicks the rock. It hits Alice right in the forehead. She starts falling. She tries to save herself, but she doesn't. She just falls.
Yep.
It hurt a lot. And she gets back up. She's okay. She starts climbing again. Ram's not in sight. She gets to the next floor. It's all snow. This is really weird. Just a bunch of random snow in this one spot. But so Alice doesn't question it. She starts making a snowman because she's never seen snow before. She was like, what is this magic, wickedness, curse? But she makes like a little tiny snowman. Smiles. It's probably still there if you guys want to go see it. That's probably the most important. What?
If you've never seen snow, how do you even know to make a snowman?
Oh, Alice was playing around with it a lot before she realized she could bunch it together.
Okay.
So Alice was like, okay, now I'm going to go even further. And then she saw in the corners this like little nest. It was super old, but not important enough because her perception told her so. So she ends up climbing again.
Her perception told her so.
She climbs higher and higher. And then she's up on this huge plateau. And then there's a hot spring. And then there's the ram. And then Alice is like, you ram, I'm going to get you. And then just like the ram's all like, brr. And he...
Wait, hold on, Craven. Craven, you got to repeat what he said after burr.
After burr?
Yeah. It cut out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like what part?
You got to the top of the hot springs and the ram said burr.
Oh, okay. So then the ram said burr. And then Alice is like, oh, you ram, I'm going to get you. And then Alice realizes like he's right next to a boulder. And right behind that boulder is a snapdragon. Hey, it's just the thing that she was looking for. And she sees it, but then she's like, I'm going to check out that hot spring. So she goes to the hot spring. It's a nice hot spring. She dips her fingers in it. It's all nice. And all of a sudden the ram, the super ram, points. eyes lock Alice's. It's another romantic moment that they share between each other. Moment that they'll keep for the rest of their lives. And then he just takes up the fucking snapdragon in his mouth, and then just jumps off the cliff. And Alice is like, "Whoa!" So Alice like runs off to the side of the cliff, and she's like, "I'm gonna go down too." And then she trips, and just starts rolling down the mountain.
Maniac.
And then she's okay though. No, she's okay. She's on the first row, and she sees the ram, and the ram just jumps off the cliff again. And she's like, "Crazy ram!" She goes after it. She's on the ledge, and she's about to go down, and she trips again.
What the fuck were your rolls, man?
She was rolling and rolling and rolling, and she was finally on the first one, and right where everything was all before, and the ram was there too. And he's just jumping off, and Alice is like, "Oh, you ram, I'm gonna get you!" And with all her enthusiasm and revenge in the way of her reflexes, she tripped again.
There's 3 ones in a row.
I see this. Oh my god.
In a row.
Oh, now I
So-
feel bad.
Alice go down the mountain, and then just, and she's all disheveled, and she's pretty sure she's got a broken arm, but that's okay.
You took- How much
and
damage did you
then
take
she-
here? Fucking 26 damage.
I think I took like 15 at that point.
Oh my goodness.
But now she's on the floor. She's all disheveled. Her cloak's a mess. Probably a broken arm, but that's okay. And she finds the ram. She's like, "Ram, I'm gonna get you now." And the ram just like puts the snapdragon down and says, "Child of creation." Now it's like, "Whoa, a talking ram? That's freaky."
Yep.
It's like, "You see that hippo in the lake?" I'm
Oh,
like,
this-
"Yeah."
This is when
Like, I
I
need
showed
you
up at
to kill
Dylan's
it.
house.
I need you to kill that ram. That not the ram. Kill the hippo that's in that lake. And it's like, "But why?" It's like, "Because you need to. It's evil." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." And it's like, "Well, wait, and why we? If you want me to attack it," it's like, "I was testing you." It was like, "Oh, you were testing me? Well, what about when you hit that rock and you made me fall down?" And it was like, "Oh, I can surely be more good finder."
Oh, may have cut out entirely now.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rewind back like 5-10 seconds.
5-10 seconds?
5 to 10
Wow.
seconds. Yeah, I.
What part did I cut out on?
You were asking why the ram was testing you.
Yeah.
Okay, so like the ram's testing me, and I'm like, "Well, why did you test me?" He was like, "I was making sure that you were properly prepared to take the challenge of killing this hippo." And she's like, "Oh, okay, I get, cause all right." And then he's like, "But what about when you knocked that rock on when I was climbing and hurt me real bad?" And it's like, "Oh, that was to make sure you wouldn't find our hot spring." And I was like, "But you just said that you were testing me." He's like, "Don't ask questions."
Wow.
So I was just like, "Oh, okay, but can I at least get some heals?" And the ram's like, "Oh, all right." And then he just throws up some sweet berries. And Alice thinks it's gross, but they're apparently really good berries, and she heals herself up a little bit. So she ends up going to the lake, and then she contemplates if she knows how to swim. But then she realizes, yeah, she does, and just goes and takes a full-on dive into the river. Does like a little acrobatic movement. It was pretty. It was real pretty. And she gets to get a little bit close, and she's getting kind of weary because her natural tracker is like pushing all kinds of red dots on the radar. And she's all like, "Oh wow, this looks fucked." And then she ends up like feeling like these crazy monsters. And at one point, she feels something ancient beneath the lake. But that's okay. You don't gotta worry about that yet. So anyway, she ends up going close to the hippo, and the hippo's like, "Hey, girl." And then Alice is like, "The ram over there told me to kill you." And I was like, "Oh, that's messed up. Why?" He's like, "He said you're evil." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm not evil. I'm just sick." Like, "You're sick? Why?" It's like, "I was injured." And Alice like takes a good look at it, and the shoulder's like real messed up. It's all rotten. You can see some bone, gnarly. And it's like, "Well, this is really confusing because I don't know what's real good and what's evil because of my background lore, which you'll have to read in her background origin story, now available in stores." And then she's like, "Well, I'm gonna go to the ram and I'm gonna go ask him some more questions." And the hippo's like, "Oh, now, girl, stay with me." And I'm like, "No, I don't feel comfortable with you." And the hippo doesn't understand space, and it's like, "No, if you go, I'll die, and I'm gonna have to kill you." I'm like, "Well, you don't gotta." It's like, "But I have to." And Alice is like, "Oh, dang." So Alice like starts swimming. She does the backstroke, so that way the hippo doesn't get attack of opportunity on her. And The hippo's like, I'm gonna bite you, and he fails drastically because he forgets he's a hippo. And then she makes it to the shore. She backflips onto the shore, actually. And the ram is just all like, "Yo, what's up? What's going on?" And then the ram is just all like still staring at the hippo, and Alice is like, "Oh, that hippo's real fucked, real good." And then the ram's like, "Why?" And it's like, "Well, it's saying all kinds of weird stuff. Also, I felt something pretty ancient underneath the lake." And then he's like, "What?" And then all of a sudden, the hippo starts rising out of the lake, real freaky and all. And then he starts rising, but then we notice there's a tentacle wrapped around him. And then the ram's like, "Get on my back, girl." And I'm like, I don't feel there's a lot of space being invaded today, but okay. So Alice gets on the ram, and she's riding the ram, but then all of a sudden the tentacle that's gripping that giant hippo tosses the hippo right at her. And Alice is like, I'm a big strong woman who don't need no familiars. She's like, "I'm gonna catch it." And she catches it, but she didn't have the strength to stop it. So the ram and her get fucking nailed like a baseball hitting a small child. And it's gnarly. It's real gnarly. The man's unconscious, and Alice is coughing up blood, but that's okay. And then all of a sudden, the tentacle disappears, and then one head rises out of the lake. And that's okay, Alice, the whole group, we could deal with one head. And then two heads raise out of the lake, and then three, and then like, oh, this might be a little bit, and then four, and then five, and all of a sudden we get a gnarly looking creature. And Alice is like, "What kind of creature is that?" It's apparently that.
It's a hydra. All right.
And Alice is like, "What's that?" And the ram's like, "That's a hydra." It's like, "Oh boy." And he's like, "Well, I can't do anything about that."
You sure? Have you tried?
And Ram's like, "Well, that's okay. You can have the Snapdragon, I guess. We're probably all fucked, but I'm gonna see what we can do." It's like, "Okay, well, are you guys gonna be okay? I guess we got to do something about that." And he's like, "You guys do own this land, so it'd be appreciated." And it's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, there, Ram. We'll help you when we want." And the ram's like, "Okay, well, I guess I'll try and enlist some help when you guys want to fight it. Just remember that the longer that you choose to stave off fighting the Hydra, the worse this whole situation will probably get." Foreshadowing. So anyway, Alice is just like, "Oh, okay," and she makes her way back, and then she ends up getting to the gate of a keep, and the guards are like, "Oh, Alice, how you doing? Why do you look so messed up?" And then Alice is just all like, "Oh, it's been a rough day, Hydras and everything." And then the guy's like, "Wait, Hydras? What do you mean?" He's like, "Alice, oh no, don't worry about it. Keep on guarding. Good luck, guys. You're doing a great job." And Alice goes to make potions. She fails the first one, but she succeeded the second one. It was a good time.
Well, if you didn't deserve the inspiration for the first one, you definitely did it for the second.
Yes, I did.
Oh my god.
So, on that note,
Can I say something real fast?
yeah.
I feel bad. Did you guys see the one Republican who looks like a blob that said if his kids were gay, he'd kill them? Oof. And he compared the LGBTQ community to the KKK. His eyes always look like he's looking somewhere else and like he's looking up. And I'm like, wow, you're just an asshole. I just learned he's blind, so now I feel bad. He's still an asshole.
He doesn't know what gay. He doesn't know what gay looks like. Don't judge him.
Yeah. He's like, "I don't see color.
I don't see color. I only see agenda."
Right,
but
so what are all these numbers on the map?
Okay, you see these numbers all over the provinces and whatnot. So each one of these is a province. Each one of these provinces has a number, and those numbers represent troops. And that's basically it.
That's it. That's all that means. It's just troops. How many troops
Yep,
are there?
Okay. And it's
So
what
we
are
have
the
an
green
incoming
arrows
info.
for?
The green arrows were actually, what were the green arrows for?
Where we're going.
Where we're going.
They changed tack from Temple of Kermi to instead go to Buckwallis and go through the north.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, guys, we have a Hydra in our lake.
Traven, what the fuck were you doing?
I was just trying to get some Snapdragon.
And you invoked the Hydra's wrath, basically, and now we have to take care.
Well, it's not Alice's fault. It's gonna happen eventually. That hippo is bad news. Yes, sir.
It all.
You just cut out, Harmon, and we didn't hear you.
It was a ghost.
Harmon? He's a no-go right now. He's a goner. Oh, maybe. Is it back?
See, I'm back.
Are we back?
There you go.
He's back.
Are we all
Say, Harmon?
present? Are we all present and accounted for?
I think.
Yeah.
Yes, drill sergeant.
Okay.
Okay, so, let's just pick up immediately. You guys had left the shrine behind, and you were making your way to Bucwallis.
What the fuck is that an insult?
So you guys, something I do want to say, because
Sure.
obviously I was doing that in a very comical manner with the whole Hydra. The longer that we do stave off trying to fight that Hydra, the worse that whole situation will get. However, that Hydra is high. Kevin, chill. That Hydra is very high leveled, so we probably should be somewhat strong, but we shouldn't wait too long.
Is it like high level as in like quarter drum is?
What if
like
we
the
just?
area?
That depends on Dill, but Dill told me through Super Ram that Hydra is pretty strong.
Wait. The Hydra. Do Hydras need water?
It needs to stay in the water, I'm assuming.
So if you could do something,
Why don't we
you can roll
drain the
history.
lake?
So apparently what's going to happen, and this is the word, is it's going to slowly corrupt the land around it. And it's just
Wait,
going to
wait.
further go out.
Hold on, wait. I like Harmon's idea. Please tell me how you're going to drain this lake, because I'm really curious. I'm really interested to see you drain this ancient.
We're gonna build a
I was
wall.
gonna say.
That's also connected to a river, which is then connected to an ocean.
Alright, well, let me tell you how water works, Gil. First, we build a dam
Yeah.
that will hold the river water off from it getting into the lake.
Okay.
Oh,
Then
no.
we get our goblins, you see,
Oh, you.
and we give them some buckets.
I just imagine that you're telling this to Alice, and then Alice just like looks at you, and then she puts on like her imaginary glasses, and she's like, "How are you going to fund this?"
I do have a suggestion. There is an item
There's an item.
called the bottomless bucket, which can hold exactly 1 lake's worth of water.
Wow, what a convenience! And
What a
let me guess,
convenience.
and let me guess who has it.
Will the Hydra go in the bucket then?
Garfield.
I don't know.
All right, the search for the bottomless bucket now begins.
Yay.
I'm checking the Gnome Depot listing. I swear to Christ, if it's in Gnome Depot.
The other group does have it, and it's supposed to be in Gnome Depot. It may not actually be in there, but
I feel like I'm gonna puke.
okay.
Too much.
Now the price is going to be 10 times what it is actually
Because
worth.
now it's actually relevant and kind of important if we want this plan to succeed.
That's the main thing. Slowly
Open-
corrupting the whole area, etc., etc.
When you say corrupting, is it like draining life, I guess, or something like that?
It's so basically. I didn't really talk about this. There's creatures now that are in the lake that shouldn't be there. So from my understanding of how Dylan understands corruption, is that we're gonna get a lot of weird, freaky creatures, and the longer that we push that off, we're gonna have to fight more shit before we have to fight the Hydra.
That is all okay.
It is not. It means we're weaker when we fight the Hydra.
It means that we actually have an end game boss to work towards for now.
The Hydra has an endgame boss. Oh jeez.
Look, we don't have an end goal yet, so like,
Wait a second.
Isn't the end goal to stave
Wait a
off the invasion of our country?
no, that is
Wait
not.
a second. I know what we do. I know how we drain the lake. This is a good idea.
Oh,
We
no.
take one of Barthon's endless holes
I mean,
and we throw it on the bottom of the lake.
Okay, it's
So
not
all
an
the
endless
water
hole.
drains out of it.
It's like a 10 by 10 by 10 hole.
so like 1,000 like feet cubed.
But
So
how
we
deep?
take it
How
and-
No,
deep
no,
does
no,
it
no,
go?
Kevin. 10 foot wide by 10 foot long by 10 foot height.
Okay, so
Isn't
it's
that
only-
1,000
It's only
feet
10
something?
feet.
I mean, if you want
I
to
mean,
find
10
the volume,
cubed. I guess 10 cubed. I'm thinking like 1,000 something. 1,000
you're thinking of the volume, of which
Yeah.
technically the volume would be 10,000 feet.
Whatever. It's no biggie right now.
Or not 10,000 feet, but
1,000. Yeah,
so One moment, I'm gonna go outside and grab some cough drops because I'm gonna kill myself.
Okay. That's not good.
So, on top of Minty's wild idea to drain a lake with a Hydra in it, we also got to get there in the first place. I don't even know where it is. Where the hell is it, Traven?
It's really right next to us. You see that little lake that's right next to our left outside?
Oh my god, is that close?
Yeah, that's what I was warning you about. When I said right next to us, you just completely ignore that?
I didn't think you literally meant the lake, literally
yes!
right next to our keep.
I wouldn't say that. I would say it's right next to us if that was the case. I also wouldn't be harping about it if it wasn't so close to us. You think I give a shit about if this Hydra is like 2 continents away?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I only care if it's near our province, near our property, near my guards that I have to pay.
We need to find Heracles.
I gotta pay these guards, and they're gonna get fucking. You know what the guards are gonna do when they start seeing this corruption? They're gonna be asking for raises. We're not doing that.
That's the thing we're not doing here.
I don't care about no Hydra. What I care about is raises.
Oh my god!
And what if they ask? What if they ask for? What?
It sounded like you said, "I don't care about no Hydra. I care about raisins." Instead of raises.
Raisins.
I was like, all right. We like raisins. Fair enough.
Raisins will be the way for us to defeat the Hydra. All right, guys. Toss in a bunch of raisins into the lake, and I'm pretty sure...
why don't we just become friends with the Hydra? Why do we gotta kill it?
Look, I mean, you got the highest charisma, right, Harmon?
You
could probably do it.
I don't know. Mimpy wouldn't... Mimpy's not eloquent enough to make deals with a Hydra. Maybe my sock puppet can. I also gotta remember, if we have combat this session, that I have literally +3 to my performance rolls.
Okay, so let's just hop back into it. You guys had left the shrine, and now that Mimpy is awake,
what the fuck?
Your way to Bucwallis.
Wow. You missed out some nice noises earlier, Mimpy.
Yeah, well, I'm back in my armor.
Yep.
Clink, clink.
Oh, Traven's gone. He left.
What?
Where's Alice?
Alice
little fucker.
Where's Alice? Passed out.
Oh.
Lost Alice.
God damn it.
Alice. I'm gonna wear this plaid shirt on my birthday. So get the fuck out of my clean laundry bag.
Your birthday isn't until Tuesday.
Did I say I'm wearing it tomorrow, you piece of shit? That was really aggressive.
Jeez.
Dude, did you see that picture of Max and I cuddling, stroking each other's cocks? It's because you fell asleep watching Titus.
As Dylan says, he didn't fall asleep, though. He just closed his eyes for a few minutes.
There were multiple times where Kevin looked over at me, and we made eye contact, and then he just turned back and said I was asleep.
You were! How are you not asleep?
We literally looked at each other, and then you just turned back and we were like, no, yeah, he's asleep.
No, he's asleep. He's asleep.
You did that like 3 times.
Because I know it's just like, yep, Dylan's probably going to feign ignorant. He's just going to like, yep, he's trying to say he's not asleep. Yep. Oh, God.
Yeah, I went home at 4 a.m. My dad knew I came home because he was in the bathroom throwing up.
Oh, my God.
He had some, like, food poisoning. It was something he ate.
Ooh. Okay.
Or he got a stomach bug from a dude who comes into his store. Ooh. What shirt is this? Doodle Dude's shirt? Oh, no, this is my Primark shirt. Shout out to fucking Primark. Primark is a great UK clothing store that you can buy a shirt for like $5.
Ooh, I thought you were saying something like something ridiculously expensive.
No, it's pretty cheap, and they're actually good quality shirts.
Oh, that's pretty good then.
Well, D&D is off to a splendid start.
It is. It really is. Should we just carry Alice while we go?
Nah.
Yeah.
No.
So, Happy will carry Alice, and
Happy, how you doing?
You've been making your way to Buckwallis.
Happy. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
You mind carrying the kid for us?
I already am.
All right.
These cough drops are doing wonders for my throat.
You take cough drops, Happy? What?
Of course, it's the only way to keep a healthy, balanced diet.
A fungus is
I
telling us
feel
how
bad
to
that
keep
we're making Dylan do this voice. This hurts.
Oh no, that's okay. I'm ready to die inside.
All right. Well, we'll see you later.
Oh, okay.
I'm traveling with you. I don't. We're gonna be
Talk
seeing.
to you later. That's what I meant.
Okay.
So we arrive at Buckwallis.
I did like come at you go. Anyway.
The rest of the trip to Buckwallis, this is nothing special.
Darn.
You just but as you were traveling still on the road, you do come across, like I said, a larger number of troops kind of shifting to and fro. Some kind of raise their hands at you because they recognize your clothes. Howdy there.
Oh, you sound like you're my kind of folk.
And you finish the journey to Buckwallis. Buckwallis, as you kind of come up on a hill and look down on it, is a decent-sized town that is in a kind of square fashion. It looks to be a rather kind of a cheerful place. There's a lot of different colors from the distance you're at. And you see kind of right in the middle is where the small castle is, where you assume Leolas is staying at, which to jog your memories is Nigel Thornberry, essentially.
He's dead.
It's not dead.
Damn it.
And so you begin making your way there. Something you do notice is the only towns you've really been to are Fior and Rubrico. Rubrico is, of course, protected by water, and Fior is protected by its forest, but this town is not. This does not have the luxury. It's actually kind of in a small valley. It doesn't have any walls. They do have some guards patrolling the town.
Some nice hills around the valley.
And you recognize that there are a lot of apple trees, kind of near the northern end of the city.
Why does it sound like apple trees are important?
Well, I mean,
apple trees.
Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
Asshole trees.
Yes. I mean, just apple trees, like that's just a small export of theirs.
Appleseed?
Is there a Johnny around here?
Appleseed 77.
Oh, wow.
Anyway.
And you
Mimpy's gonna pick an apple.
Oh, that's
sacrilege.
Head over to the northern portion of the town. And you see some people kind of harvesting apples, and this armored man, just walks up and grabs an apple off of a tree.
How dare you take their produce?
A woman comes over and says, "Hey, I don't see no basket."
Hey, I don't need no basket.
Oh no!
You ain't picking these for the town. You ain't picking them for any. And she goes and grabs the apple from you, or she's gonna try. You can resist if you'd like.
Oh, I'm fucking resisting.
Oh no!
What am I rolling?
Just dexterity.
Beat an 11.
My dexterity? She's going up against my dex?
Hello, new Brian.
Oh,
here's 13.
She's fucked.
Roll a 13. Oh, there you go.
Hello, new Brian.
Hello, Brian.
So you just kind of quickly move her way, and she says, "Hey, do not make me call the guards on you. I don't care about your fancy fucking cloak. You're stealing produce from the town."
So can
and
Alice,
I give her,
pick
all right,
up
I go,
Mimpy?
All right, how much is it for an apple?
Okay, so Alice is gonna pick up Mimpy and then just threaten him.
You're gonna pick me up?
I'll pick you up.
I'm in my armor now.
Do you need a throw from? And then if Harm wants to resist, he also needs the
strength.
Yes, good old strength. You're not gonna make it out of this one. Oh shit! Oh
damn.
shit!
Okay, that's one gold for you, Red Cloak.
Here's 2, and I'm gonna give her 2 gold.
Oh, wow!
I'm fully healed now, aren't I? 37.
You are fully healed. You don't take that apple. You know, if you're
She knew that he was fully.
Yep.
Wait, I gave her 2 gold.
if you're actually, we have more apples for sale. If you sell each one, 2 gold.
Oh, so now that I'm offering money, I can take apples. Is that what I'm understanding?
When you are paying, essentially the
$100
equivalent.
bills.
Yeah, you're just like throwing these $100 bills at me. Yeah, I mean, sure, you could buy more apples.
Ma'am, have a good day. And Mippy walks off.
Can't
And then he spins around and says, Happy, think fast. And he throws the apple at Happy. I can't eat.
Happy,
Happy catches
it just kind of hits Happy and like sticks on him, and he just absorbs it into his skin and
Oh my god!
Yeah, it just like
Composes on the outside of his body.
It just
Like,
seeps
stuck
into
in.
him. It just fucking seeps into him.
Oh
Yeah.
god!
I feel good, Happy.
I don't know, but I feel energized.
Wait,
I don't
can
miss the doctor today.
can it like hit his eye and it just goes into where his eye was and his
Oh.
eye reappears?
Oh my god! No!
I rip the noise.
Yeah.
Back into existence. Alright, anyways.
And so you enter the town from the north. So let me move your little thing, and I'm gonna show you guys the map.
Oh man!
Oh, boy.
Oh,
This is Dylan's new map making software.
it seems like
He was very happy about it.
Oh boy.
Except he was angry because he couldn't get it to transfer over in the beginning.
Yeah,
Oh.
what I ended up doing, I could export it, so I went and used my like snipping tool and took a picture, the screen capture essentially, and then transferred it over to Roll20. It worked
wow.
out.
I mean, yeah, it worked. It's, I mean, not like Fantasy Grounds, I guess.
So we're the
but-
green Kermie at the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, it's actually a lot bigger than I thought it would be for some reason.
Yep.
It's
So
a good size.
Good sized town. Good sized town.
And they sell apples.
That they do.
And according
Can't
to
steal
Happy,
the-
they're delicious and full of energy.
Alice wants an apple.
I was going to give it to Alice, but
You are afraid.
It's better to give it to Happy. He needs
I thought
it.
throwing it at Happy would be funnier.
I mean, with my rules, you would have threw it at Alice, and Alice would have just fucking took it like a champ.
It's like, I'm
She would have
good.
hit her, she would have fallen over and went,
It was I legit would have did that. I would just like pulled deception and made Mippy feel like shit.
See, Mimpy would have just gone, oh, too slow, and kept walking.
Oh.
He feels good to be back in his armor. He doesn't have to deal with Dorf and fucking Romp. Well, I mean, he has to deal with them, but not like
The smooth
physically.
talker dwarf.
Smooth talking dwarf.
Guys!
Yes.
So, what do you guys want to do? You essentially don't know where anything in this town is.
Hell yeah, let's talk to
Oh.
some of the people around here for some gossip.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can't. Why did we come here specifically again? Weren't we meeting with the wild thornberry dude?
Well, you essentially have to go to
Traveling.
each province to like offer your assistance for whatever's
All
going
right.
on.
Yeah.
So I
So the
say
nor-
we talk to somebody and find out where like the leader is and see if they
So-
need assistance.
We didn't actually give Harmon like a solid understanding of why we're traveling. So the northern provinces of the continent, Harmon, they're more plagued by bandit attacks and a lot more issues than the south is. So I
Okay.
reinforced the south with troops. Then I ended up just saying like, okay, hey, we could just solve a lot of those bandit issues that are going on in the north.
And
Okay.
just get that over with. So that's what we're doing right now.
So we're going south or north.
So
Yes.
some people around. So as you enter the town, it's very cheerful. There are a lot more people in the streets than both Rubrico and Fior. The people are just kind of carrying their stuff around. That you see near you, a woman is walking back from the apple orchards with a large basket of apples,
Mm-hmm.
and she smiles, and waves at you. There's a small gnome man who's carrying some different newspapers around and going door to door.
Oh my.
You see a tabaxi painting like the side of a house and chatting with some of his passerbys. But there's a very happy, like upbeat vibe.
Oh,
Like,
I gotta show him the gloves I got.
What?
The gloves of the undead tabaxi.
Hold up. What?
That's what you got from Gnome Depot.
Yeah, that's what I got from Home Depot.
Oh no.
What do they do?
They add, what was it, 1d6 to my necrotic
1d4
damage.
unarmed
1d4.
necrotic damage.
Unarmed necrotic. Oh god.
Ooh.
So
I was just gonna simply say something like, the townsfolk here are really oblivious to what's about to come. Oh no.
We're here to stop.
I will bring back all the apples.
Anyways, I'd say we go chat up with one of those, what are they called again?
tabaxi.
Tabaxi, yeah.
You can always just call them Khajiit if you want, since I know you guys are more familiar with that.
Because I'm no Andy. Fuck that.
You've played Skyrim, like
Oh, I'm not somebody who speaks like Skyrim.
You said
no.
these tabaki is what they are?
tabaxi.
Tabaxi.
Do they say like
Taxidermy.
do they say tabaxi no do evil or shit like that? Do they speak like Khajiits?
Tabaxi do
If I
no
can
evil.
maintain that for an entire character without fail, then yes.
You can
Um,
make one of them speak like that. Doesn't have to be
Tabaxi
all
do
of them.
no evil.
Listen,
Let's be
so
like,
you,
he's fucking weird. He speaks
so Kevin,
third person.
Kevin approaches the tabaxi, I assume, and I
Yeah.
guess the rest of you follow, and he's painting and says, how can wait, hold on, shit, I just lost my
say-
name.
You just say your name.
Dude,
I- 'cause
you
I
lost
had a
his
name.
Better
How-
call him Tabaxi.
How can Norman help you?
Hi, Norman.
Yes.
Can you
He's like, how did you know my name?
How did you know my name?
Yes, Kevin?
How can you? Is there anything going on in the town right now? Like anything suspicious?
Suspicious? No. Norman, listen, Norman will point you right. It down a little bit to the west, the Clucking Hen. Wonderful, wonderful drinks. No, but we haven't
Oh.
had any. Actually, I'm gonna stop doing this voice because it sounds suspiciously Asian, and that's not my intent.
I was gonna say this sounds strangely
Really?
racist, but I'm gonna keep going with it. Just keep going.
No.
Kevin's like, whatever.
Honestly,
Jones a
honestly,
racist
Dylan,
now.
you were doing a pretty good job.
But as I was doing it, I realized that Khajiits kind of sound Asian in a way.
I mean, their
Yeah.
culture, technically, their culture, or how like they're kind of done is like they're in the sand and they have like cloth and shit.
I'll keep the third person vibe, but yes. So Norman will direct you. Have no fear. The Clucking Hen is to the west, very popular, especially with the ladies. But as of anything suspicious, we have had nothing.
This character went from mysterious and deadly to a white dad at a barbecue. And I love it. He was like, oh, Norman knows these things. And, well, if you go down to the Clucking Hen, Norman can...
You can get your dick sucked for 5 gold coins.
Really?
But yes,
That's so cheap. Why not?
Leolas keeps us very well protected. He does.
Oh,
So,
do you happen to know where he resides?
yes, right in the center of town, my good sir.
Oh.
You're right a little bit to the south. You're going to pass by the church, of course, the Church of Kermie, blessed be him. And a little bit further
Bless.
south of that, you're going to see that nice little castle. Sorry for interrupting you, my dear sir. What were you saying?
I said bless because you should curb me.
Yes, bless Kermie, bless Kermie. Norman blesses Kermie every day. And so, yeah, it's just that large castle. You just, I know you guys are pretty popular. Well, no, you're not. I'm a big fan.
So I'm gonna be honest. Every time I hear that slide whistle, it sounds like a transitioning noise. Like we're just transitioning to a different part of the town.
God,
You know, Harmon, unless we're transitioning, you can't play the slide noise.
Yeah, like okay, now we're in the
Wait.
middle of town.
When Dylan tells
I
you...
I have a better situation for when he should use this the slide whistle. If anybody dies, like legitimately dies, that's the only time you can use it. Yep. That's it.
Sounds
Never any time outside of that.
That's fine, but I just want to do one more thing. When Dylan says you can't use the slide whistle in D&D.
So, and you
Oh,
know,
I thought we were gonna do the wah wah.
how about you can attach an instrument to a person, and if that person dies, then you could play that instrument for their death.
All right, I have a kazoo, a slide whistle, a guitar. That's a
Wait,
drumstick.
wait. Is it just gonna be like in game? His character is like on their on their grave. They're coughing up blood, and all of a sudden they pull out their guitar. And they're just doing a straight up guitar solo.
Alice goes down.
But under no other circumstance are you allowed to play any musical instrument unless you're a bard.
This is a witch hunt.
None of your 5 characters are. You cannot.
Fair enough.
Alice is gonna kind of like start wandering off, and start walking.
Oh, I mean, I was gonna ask for more information of like what's like known to be like pretty popular
He's
around
gonna
these parts.
go with Alice to make sure
You're
she's
welcome
okay.
to.
I'll meet up with you later, Rayold. I'm gonna go deal with that.
Yeah, go on ahead. Make sure she doesn't get lost.
Alice, wait up.
So many buildings.
Go ahead.
So many tall buildings.
What did you want to ask, Rayold?
Oh, are there any interesting points of interest around here besides the hen place that you mentioned earlier?
Yes, actually. Our town is very well known for our small coliseum. It's a little. I'm sure you saw when you came in. It's a little bit northeast of our town, up on top of the hill, and each week people volunteer to do all sorts of competitions. Norman has never participated in it, but I have seen some, and there's a variety of options available, from wrestling to fighting, tournaments, all kinds of stuff. It's really interesting.
Is there some sort of big prize money at the end of all of that for the champion?
There is on larger ones. If you're part of a large tournament, then chances are you'll have the opportunity to get a large amount of money or a magical weapon or item. Leolas tries to. Leolas wants all of us here in his kingdom to be up and coming with the weapon times. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So he likes everyone to be ready for any invasion. That's our big gig. So
yes.
So essentially, he's looking to have a standing force whenever.
Yes, yeah. Norman would agree with that statement. Yes.
Okay. That's some interesting tidbits there. I thank you there, Norman.
No problem. If there's anything else you need, I'll just be painting a house. Not this house.
Might I say you're doing a fine job there. Keep it up, man.
Thank you. I've been a painter for 76 years.
Ooh,
yep. Old Norman's getting a little bit on in age, but
hey, I mean,
jeez, I thought cats died like in like 15 years.
Maybe he is talking about in tabaxi years. Who knows?
Yeah, each month is actually a year for him. No, my God, that'd be crazy.
Okay. Well, you take care then, Norman. We will be heading our way to the center of the town.
Well, travel safe, my friends.
All right.
Fight well.
Ah.
What the fuck?
So guys, I got kind of curious on the roll methods for Roll20.
Yeah.
And like how they do random, because they do quantum rolls, which is supposedly more random than a physical dice roll. But there's actually something very odd about how they do their quantum roll, and it's the fact that the system ends up causing streaks of numbers.
Where do you see this?
If you look up on their forums.
Oh. Is there any way to change this?
No, not really. It's
Oh.
completely based on their own engine.
Oh.
Like, some dude did how random is quantum roll, and he got 81 ones, which is the highest number out of all the other numbers.
Oh.
And it looks like out of most of the other numbers, the lower numbers tend to have higher rolls, while the higher numbers have lower rolls. Except for 18 for some strange reason.
Weird. Okay. Well, I guess
Just for a side note, I was kind of like looking at some stuff.
Okay.
So
That's
what
why
you're
I said
telling me is we need to find another group rolling surface.
We could
and use that on
just
the
use
side.
physical dice.
We have physical
No.
dice. I have a giant D20 I could literally roll
So do I, except it's miniature.
But mine is like
Many dice things, but we can't do that unless we're in person.
True. I mean,
Yeah.
mine is a
Can't we just
5-pound
trust
dice.
one another?
I trust none of
Oh.
you.
Why? Why would I lie
Look,
to you,
look,
Dylan?
I can literally use my web here. I'm gonna pull.
Why
up
don't
my
you look
webcam
me in
right
the
now.
eyes when we
Alright.
make love?
I have the webcam open right now.
Because you tried to roll
We
a
have-
large
we
miniature.
we
D20.
have this right here. Okay.
I just
a
saw
die.
Kevin's lips.
I just saw Kevin's lips.
Anyways, we have a giant die right here. We can literally roll it on the ground.
Yeah. Throw it at the wall. Throw it at the wall.
It's a 12. It's a 12. Do you see
He
that?
got a 12. It's
That's a-
bias.
Yeah,
perfect
yeah. You know,
idiot.
what we're gonna do is every time anybody needs to roll, Kevin will. No.
Yes, that is how it works.
If we were in person, we would be rolling in person, but otherwise, we have to stick with roll 20, even if it
that.
does
You
fuck
told-
everybody over.
I don't
I
even have any
legit did
D20s.
5 rolls on roll 20, and I got a 7, a 20, a 13, a 5, and a 2. And then I rolled a physical dice, and I got 15, 16, 12, and 19. And I just cried inside.
So your die are loaded.
Yeah, you,
My
your
die
die
are
is-
loaded. Reality likes me, computers don't.
If Harmon is here over the summer when Traven is, then we can play some sessions in person and
I
finally.
want physical session.
Which means we'll actually accomplish something with our dice rolls.
Yeah, because the only physical session we ever had was when Steve decided to just destroy the entire campaign.
So listen to this though.
Oof.
It seems like every time we can try and get together, something comes up. Like last summer, Harmon wasn't able to attend. This summer, Harmon's probably still not going to be able to attend if he's in London in the summer.
Or that Cedar Point job.
That too.
So what you're telling me is that our problem
y'all
isn't
could
with
be in a
everybody
physical-
else.
Let's say, y'all
It's
can
we
be in
have a
physical-
problem with Armin.
Yeah,
So here's
because
the
we're-
thing. So here's the thing. I can, as long as I can roll physical dice and you can physically see me roll them, I don't give two shits.
That's fine. Yeah.
Oh.
Um.
I rolled
Harmon
my-
could be in
really cool.
I
Antarctica
rolled
for
my
all I know,
D20.
dancing with penguins.
I rolled my
I
D20
would
at
love
least
to
10
have like a
times now.
really long session this summer with everybody in person.
I would
We
too,
need to
because
do,
all
like,
our
a whole
sessions are
day
3
session.
hours.
Don't talk to me or my son ever again.
But like, if we could get like,
If we were to do them on Saturdays or Friday nights, I would be perfectly fine with having them for much longer periods of time.
Damn,
However,
as
I
long
work
as I'm on
like-
mid shift or day shift, I have no issue doing Friday nights.
I'm thinking of just doing like requesting Sundays off entirely and then just starting at like noon every Sunday.
Okay.
I would like that more.
Yeah, that'd be fine too.
That'd be
Um,
fine.
I just feel kind of guilty because I love my Sunday shifts. They're the best shifts of the week, and I feel I don't want to.
Hey,
Get off
roll in the
the
money. if you have
Sacrifice
to.
for your friends, Dylan.
Money
I know.
or friends. Money.
Sacrifice for your friends.
It just
Personal gain only gets you so far in life, only to live a hollow husk of yourself at the age of 70.
Oof.
I mean, I'm not a hollow husk if I have millions of dollars.
Shh, but then you end up like Trump.
I do kind of like the idea
President?
of Saturdays.
See?
I'd rather get my Saturdays off and keep my Sunday shifts,
Oh,
Why don't we
gosh.
just do it Saturday night?
or Saturday during the day.
That's-
I actually,
cannot make it.
would like a session during the day, but I know Kevin has to work.
Never can I work.
All of our shifts, there's always at least one person that's out.
Yep.
Kevin, what time do you go to work on Saturdays?
Every day now, I have to go to work at 4 exactly.
So unless we start early in the morning.
We can always start at like 10:30 or 11 on Saturday.
Oh, you're asking for too much now. Oh.
You expect Kevin to wake up before 12 o'clock?
Anyway,
Exactly.
Or we could I'll
speaking
try
of
and
a
see if we can just
session,
end up switching over to Saturday nights.
middle of one.
We'll see. We'll see.
I feel like everyone would be awake.
And then
What's up, Harmon?
then we still have the same issue with Harmon being asleep.
Yeah,
On
which
what?
is why, like, literally every like advantage that we'd have for switching it also has a disadvantage.
Damn.
Gosh, is there any way you could get Sundays off, Kevin?
I have Sundays off typically. Today was just an exemption because
Okay.
yeah.
If that's the case, then I'll just bite the bullet and request Sundays off soon.
I mean,
bite the
you
bullet.
You can technically work Sundays if you wanted to, right?
I definitely don't want to close on a Sunday, but I open every Sunday, and it's a nice shift, because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Don't worry, they'll understand. Be like, hey, I want to have Sundays off, and they'll be like, why? It's like so I can be a DnD person.
I'm just gonna make up an excuse and say that I'm doing an internship or something.
My family is passing, and my grandmother is on her deathbed, so I need to visit her every Sunday at specifically these times.
Jesus.
So,
Be
anyways,
surprised.
we got wildly off track. We'll talk about it as
I've
that.
pointed that out 3 times.
Hey,
Oh, look, a
Harmon,
building.
goddamn sass.
I like this building. This is another building. What's this building? 74. Okay, moving on.
Okay, so you guys make your way through to the center of town.
Downtown.
The town, as I said, feels very lively. Even in this middle area where you see the small castle, there are a lot of people like out and about. It seems like this is like an impromptu market kind of area for nothing special because there's another larger market area, but for like flowers and paints and more artistic pursuits, kind of like small stalls of people offering them.
Quality.
And there's a ring of guards around the castle. All of these guards are very bulky. We're talking like Armstrong level bulky from Full Metal Alchemist.
So they're weak. No.
Are they bald?
Are they bald?
They're wearing helmets, so you can't tell.
So they all have one single hair on the
Just
top of their
one hair.
Someone use perception. Look into the helmet.
Fuck it.
See.
So,
What do we want to do? Yeah.
Alice is still adventuring.
so you don't want to go to the keep.
I wanted to explore the towns. Everyone would just immediately want to do the main story. Okay.
That's fine.
That's
I'm with Alice too, because I'm making sure she doesn't get lost.
What are Barthon and Rayold doing?
I want to hear what people are trading around here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Apples.
Apples, get your apples here.
So as you're there, unlike
get a second apple for
more
Cider, get your apple cider.
unlike more uncivilized markets, people are not screaming and calling for attention. People are very politely, "Oh, we have flowers here. If you're interested. Oh, different colored water skis."
apples,
So they're just asking to fight. I gotcha.
And then, like, when someone doesn't notice them, they'd be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, just ignore me, bitch."
Oh yeah.
Shut the bitch. And,
Jeez.
you notice that there's also in this kind of like general market area, there's a lot of peculiar crafts. Like I had mentioned, water spheres, but you also see like
I have no money.
there's this guy in the corner. All right,
Sure.
and not too many people are shopping there, but
Get your horse penises
has
here.
he has on his stall a bunch of like small figurines, like small statues almost.
Oh no! Don't say figurines. Nope. No.
And
Wait, Alice is interested.
Nope.
You're not.
You're not here.
Wait.
Get out of here. Shoot, Alice. You're not here.
Alice wants to see the figurines.
You're not
What are
here.
these?
But you don't even know that they
Yeah,
exist.
you're not here.
I only went in front of you. That doesn't mean I'm
Nope.
not.
You are
seeing
way ahead. You did not hear anything that we are.
Alice is gonna go to the figurines
Nope.
because she noticed them in the corner.
so the guy perks up, and the figurines are of a bunch of different people and creatures. Like you see one for like a griffin. You see one for a gelatinous cube. You see.
Oh man, PTSD. Oh no.
Yep, I'm gonna roll it. Where's Barthon at?
Everyone's just staring at this gelatinous cube figure.
You see like minotaurs. You
Rolling
see.
PTSD.
Do we
But-
see
Oh, boy.
Do we see bourbon?
That's pretty heavy PTSD.
Ugh.
You do see
Ugh.
a knight wielding a large hammer. Sure.
No, I
Wait,
don't.
it would be a wisdom saving throw, right? Yeah. Oh, I did decent.
I'm starting to have a little bit of a spasm attack right now.
So Alice is like looking at all of the figurines, and then she's like, "What's this one with the hammer?"
Oh, that guy right there. Oh yeah, his His name is Whiskey. He's a hero with some old legends.
Whiskey the non-dying.
Nice to know that that time has degraded our legends.
I'm surprised you heard of him.
Oh no, I just thought it looked cool.
Yeah. I have all these figurines. I've spent a lot of time making them.
How much?
But
would it
nobody
cost for
really
something
buys
like that?
them.
How much would it cost for a figurine like that?
I'm buying whiskey.
Whiskey's going
No.
to five
It's just fucking fine. I'm good with that.
gold.
Oh, I thought you said
Gonna do it.
500. I thought you said 500. I was like, whoa.
So Alice is gonna look around. She's gonna be like, "Oh, what's this one?" She's gonna like notice this one with blonde hair.
Oh, that one. That's celery. Celery the knight.
Oh,
Actually, the celery is part of a set. If you want to buy celery's companion, Ukumoku,
The fuck
yeah,
is that?
it's
What the fuck
white-haired
is that?
guy. And Ukumuki, he's also part of a set because you can't forget Beef Dude.
she's just beefed.
What are these names?
Dude.
Each one's
Wait,
5 gold piece.
Beefed. Is it literally like a minotaur looking motherfucker?
It is a demon body with a minotaur head.
Okay. Alice will buy them.
This is all part of a set that we have that I just recently made, but some old legends. We have Snaps, the
God
Jake-
damn it, no! You guys remember who Snaps was?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we know
Yeah.
snaps, but
Little fucking
that's
puppet
obviously
with
snips,
device.
not snaps.
Yeah, that's,
No, we found a tiny version of Snips.
Yes,
in a box.
yeah.
but
I know
that
I'm
is
mad.
snips, not snaps.
I'm
Oh.
mad.
And we also
knows?
have Laminaxer here.
the fuck, Dylan?
And you see a bard wielding a sword and magic in one hand.
For God's sakes, I have no money. I can't do anything here.
Why didn't you call him Kevvik?
That was
It's
perfect.
a good one too. You just
All right,
Mhm.
fine. It's Kevik. Sorry, I forgot my legends.
Yeah, you
damn.
called him Lamb Action, and I was like, what?
the.
Well, that's it. Kevin's like online name for a lot of things.
Nobody knows it apparently anymore. It's okay.
I know it. I was just like,
I
that
know
wasn't his name in game.
So how much? So if it's a set, is it like discounted?
Well, no.
15.
So just go together. It's 15 for those three.
Could I get it for 13?
Roll persuasion. The merchant like rips off his face and says, did somebody no.
God
great.
damn it, Dill, you and Garfield.
I think I could drop that down to sweet 13.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
What's this tiny dude?
Do that.
That's Snaps, the gnome who does jigs.
That sounds racist.
Does jigs.
You're racist.
What?
he thinks you're talking in character right now, Harmon.
Not a deal. I just meant in general.
No, I know. Yeah, there's also, and he like reaches under the counter and brings up like
no.
a box. There's like,
I just like to imagine that all these statues are like off-brand copies of the actual legend,
yeah.
like for copyright issues.
Yep.
And he
they've
like
got,
puts the
some
box in the
slightly
counter.
derpy faces on there as well.
And he's like, yeah. Here we also have Bobby the goblin.
It's an actual.
Everybody
an actual
can forget
figure,
that character.
I don't
an
even know who
actual
that is.
figure of Bobby. It's an actual figure of Bobby from King of the Hill.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Oh, I hope so.
And it's like, yeah, we got a bunch of, there's yeah, we have this bird. I'm sure you've all heard the stories of Firewall Bang.
Firewall, I don't know. That doesn't really ring a bell to me.
Little Fire Bang?
Nope, don't know who that is. Actually.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So we have these. We also have some general creations like here's if you want a landscape one, oh, I just got just the thing for you. And he goes, reaches kind of below the counter. He pulls out this massive scale of a city, and there's a giant crater in like half the city. And
Ooh, fuck yes, I'm buying that.
he's like, this one is
Oh, wait, no, I don't want that one. You guys can buy that one. I want the one that there's a crater in the middle of the just a medium-sized crater in the middle of the city.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
It's just a medium-sized crater, nothing to worry about.
this one. It took me a while. This is a sweet 30 gold. He reaches back under, slaps another one on the table, and he's like, and this one, this is it's just a desert scene, all right, and we see whiskey meet his end. There's just a giant crater, and there's also a small scale of Ukuwuku, along with wall of fire bang and.
Celery.
Alice starts tearing up. She doesn't understand why.
It's a sad story. That's a sad story.
Oh man, that was so sad.
I refuse to accept that fate, so I'm not gonna buy that.
So Alice, during all this, she's gonna start kind of wandering off on her own.
Okay.
All right.
Where are we right now?
We're in the middle, the middle of the city.
Oh, sorry.
What stand exactly? Since everything's
here.
numbered. Okay, so we're at 142 or 140.
140.
One of those.
Alice is going to venture to the right.
Down the alleyway.
Okay. Here, Alice, this is you. Where do you want to go?
You gotta update these avatars.
You have
eventually.
pictures.
I
You
know.
have pictures, Dylan. You lazy fuck.
You can't keep using Elincia, man. That's just not gonna work.
I left some fries for you.
You fucking did not. Are you kidding me?
I bought the fries. They're mine anyway.
I bought those fries.
No, I
Ooh.
bought those fries.
No, I did.
Oh my
I bought
god.
those-
Why did you, Daddy? Why did you eat my fries?
You cunt. You're walking. It's gonna be like 2 fries. Are you fucking kidding me?
There were 4, not 2.
We see the decline of Joe and Dylan's relationship.
Yeah.
Just couldn't handle my roommate, man. He ate my fries. But yeah, Alice will just be venturing in. She's gonna see anything that sparks her interest, while also looking for information on what Dylan knows. What Alice might be trying to look for.
Okay, cool. So as you're I'm gonna quickly do Alice, and then I'm gonna switch back. Alice, as you're walking down the street, you see at 159, further down, there's a woman, and she has a puppet with some puppets and doing behind the stand. There's a couple kids sitting there. The puppet, one of the puppets is a bird, and the bird puppet walks up to a alligator puppet. And the bird puppet says, "Are you my daddy?" And the alligator shakes his head no. And then the lady pulls up an elephant puppet.
Oh no.
And the bird says, "Are you my daddy?" And the elephant puppet shakes his head and continues on its way. The children are really enjoying it.
Alice sits down and starts enjoying it.
Flashing back to you 3, are you guys interested in buying anything?
I want to bargain with the guy for the one about the huge crater, the structure with the huge crater.
Alice is like, "Will the crow find her dad?"
Yes.
So we're going to roll persuasion.
Yeah.
So this crater one took me a long time. It's 30 gold, sir.
30 gold. Is it possible you can consider it as a donation? We can put it on display to let everyone know of this grand art piece that you have created, and we'll allow everyone to know your name that comes by our keep.
Let's see that persuasion.
It's a 19 right there, Dill.
I'm willing to cut you a deal. All right, listen. You place it in your keep, and when you get it all set up, send a messenger, and commission another piece for me.
Sure,
And
sure.
that pay for that one, and we'll consider it even.
Sure, why not? That'll work.
And keep in mind, we're operating off the honor system. I want to send like assassins after you or anything. I kid.
Oh,
But yeah, just
you have no idea. We have been through a lot.
That's really unfortunate. But hey, you seem like a swell guy, and I'm always interested to make a future investment.
Sure.
I mean, it's not like your friends haven't already bought some, so.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure a couple more. They want to buy a couple more here and there, perhaps.
So
we're Scully Chan and Scully Coon.
He says, if you'd like, I can actually have it sent to the to your place. You don't have to carry it.
That would be excellent, because I imagine it's pretty delicate, and I wouldn't want it to break it along our trip back.
Yeah, I'll have it sent. Just remember.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can I commission an artwork, unless you already have it, of Whiskey when he fought the Great Orc?
Oh,
yes, that one.
Yeah. So yes, that one. I've heard of that one. That division between Firewall Bang and Whiskey. I mean, Wall of Fire Bang. And don't forget Snaps fucking up the world soon after. Oh, good times.
Good times.
Yeah.
I can commission it for you for 30 gold. I do for my landscape pieces.
I'm gonna persuade for lower.
And the beholder that we decided not to fuck with.
Yeah, we thank God we walked out.
We turned right the fuck around.
Yeah. I'm
Shit.
glad we did.
Fucking Train was like, "Ooh, I'm not liking this. I remember that session too well."
Yeah, like he described the eyes, and I'm like, guys, we're not going in there.
It's
And
like,
everyone's
why
like, why?
Why not?
Why? I'm like,
no.
No, trust me. If you ever had any reason to trust me now.
No.
Oh.
Oh well.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sure.
I can't really cut too much of more on my profit. But 30 gold.
He only did it because he likes little kids. Fucking weirdo.
I guess I'll do it. Then can you send it to our keep?
Yep. Let me put it in. And make sure you add if you bought any figures, make sure you add them to your inventory.
Yeah, I figure.
Find his dad.
Okay, yeah, we'll go back to that. Hold on one sec.
Alice needs to know.
Oh,
Speaking
speaking of which, good merchant, what is your name so I may know for future needs?
My name is Victor, good sir.
Victor, thank you. All right, my name is Rayold. Pleasure to meet you.
He reaches his hand over the counter to shake your hand.
Yeah, shake hand.
And he says, I appreciate your business, sir.
Yes.
And he also he kind of looks around. He's like, hey, I do have one more thing that may interest you.
Oh, what would that be?
He reaches below the counter, and then he brings it up and sits on the counter, and it's a small-scale model of a deck of cards, and he says, so these cards are actually what ended the journey of this group back in the day.
Oh, is that so?
So
changes the fate. We'll change that. We'll change that fate.
It's a pretty popular buy.
And what are they? 5 gold as well?
10.
10. Ooh, they are a lot more expensive than. Oh. I don't have any gold, so I can't do anything here. I will keep that in mind for next time around. You know.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
I want it for 5.
It's a free persuasion roll.
Well,
damn.
Well,
I could drop it down to like 6.
The clutch.
Like 6. You have 6, right?
Now, I would like to remind you, we
Oh,
are
boy.
going to be supporting your business by putting up 2 paintings of yours in our keep.
Well, they're not paid
And
models, but like,
we
okay.
have already bought all of these models.
I guess I can give it to you for 5.
Thank you.
And while this is happening, Alice, you go back, and as you're sitting there, the bird has went through like 12 different animals at this point.
What the hell?
The bird comes across a large bird and says, "Are you my daddy?" And the large bird looks at the small bird and says, "Perhaps." And then they embrace, and the woman claps her hands. And
And
I mean,
Alice
and kids
is
clap.
just like really excited. She's like, "Oh,
Oh.
Thank you, thank you.
I like the part when the bird asked the chimpanzee if it was his father, and the chimpanzee said no."
Silly bird.
Tricks
Yeah,
of
look
the
at that bird. That bird is so silly. Oh my god. Oh my god, the bird. Sorry, I've heard it so many times. I just can't stop. It's just so good.
Yep.
So Alice is gonna get up, and she's gonna be really happy. Now she's gonna be going north.
No. The man stops you and asks for 30 gold for watching his play.
Wow, that would be such an
Each kid
asshole move.
like takes like 30 gold from each child. These rich bitches.
And all the kids are like crying.
Oh my god.
No.
Was it free or do I have to pay something?
It's free. It's free.
It's free.
Damn it.
It's free.
So Alice is now overjoyed. She's gonna stop going right. She's gonna go up north to the little path towards 93.
What are the other 3 of you doing?
I'm gonna go check out some other stuff around here first. I'm gonna
Alright,
go
let me-
south.
I guess I'll go hang with Alice.
I'ma go to the Cluck and Bell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking bell.
So, tell me what number you're going to, Kevin, in just a moment.
Words are low. I have no soul.
Yes.
Okay, you go. Joe's making his way to the Cluck and Bell.
Making my
We
way.
got Alice and Mimpy at 93. And Railed, where are you going?
145.
Okay, cool. I'm like, it's already there, so that works
Yep.
out.
Beautiful. What is being sold around here?
So I'm gonna start with you, Kevin.
Perception?
No, I'm not gonna have you. You'll already be using your passive perception. 145 is run by a small goblin, and it's an animal store.
Oh.
He
Okay.
has like kind of up in the wall behind him. There are these like lush, like comfortable cages essentially. And I say cages, but there's no like cage door or anything. They're open to the air. These like small like holes where there are a bunch of different animals. You see things ranging from there's like 12 different kinds of cats. There's some small dogs. There's some large frogs. There's some baby goats. Some large chickens. There's also a small like octopus, like green octopus. That's kind of like walking around in its thing.
Okay.
But the
Like
goblin,
walking around.
yeah, like it's like
Literally walking around, yes.
yeah.
Not slithering around.
No, it's an octopus that has like feet
It's bipedal.
and bipedal octopus, yes. And the goblin sees you approach and says, "Ah, yes, welcome to my shop. What can I do for you, good sir?"
Oh, I see that you run sort of a pet shop here.
I do. I find stray pets and I try and get them a healthy home.
Oh, that sounds pretty virtuous of you to do.
Of course, there is a small fee, so I'm able to keep this going. But, you know,
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah, I mean, I recently sold a goldfish in a self-refilling container back good like 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
Yep, they're very popular for some reason in
That-
every campaign.
Gee, I don't know. That sounds very familiar. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Yeah. We also
Well.
we have some different types of animals. If maybe you're looking for something more magical, we have. Have you ever heard of a blink dog or blink cat?
I can kind of imagine what that would be, but no, I have not. Do tell.
So essentially, they have the ability to blink into the ethereal plane. It's really interesting, and they can do it whenever they want, and they can sometimes take people. You know, if they've bonded with people. They're very popular, a little bit pricier because they're rare, but
I can imagine so.
yeah.
Do you happen to have a pricing that you could tell me about them?
I do. I realized you have 0 gold, Kevin.
I told you this like 5 damn times still.
I know.
Yeah, we're all poor.
Yeah. Well, yes. For the general animals, it ranges from 1 to 5 gold. The bipedal octopus creature is 10 gold, as are the blink animals.
They are not that much of a fee, actually, for them to have a safe home.
Yeah, I don't want to overcharge. I do want them to have a healthy home and find companions. So the fee is mainly to just keep food on the table.
Understandable, yeah. See, I may be in a bit of a pinch, so I won't be able to buy anything from you, but I will gladly keep in mind.
Do you want to sign up for a credit card?
No.
What is a credit card?
So
no!
I got this stick, and I'll mark down the credit, and I'll give it to you. And if after 2 weeks you don't pay, there's a small increase. Say you take out credit for let's say 10 gold. Then if you don't pay it within 2 weeks, it'll go up to 15 gold.
Okay.
You don't pay for a month, it goes up to 20. You know, it's nothing crazy.
All right. This is literally where I can literally divert into the path of chaotic neutral right now. Just rack up the debts.
Yeah, well, then
What's this merchant gonna do?
I don't think he can do anything. It sounds like an interesting proposition. However, I don't personally like being in debt all too much, but it is very, very tempting. However,
If Alice were there, she'd be like, are there rewards to using the card?
yes, you 1 gold cash back every month.
1 month? That's fucking
1
terrible,
gold
Dylan.
for every month.
This is a
Your
basic credit system. Leave the person alone.
Even basic credit systems are better than this shit.
I will come back to you whenever I do have gold, though. I am intrigued in getting one of the blinking animals.
Well, and he goes and reaches his hand into 2 of the containers, and he sets a small dog and a small cat at the counter, and you see the cat walks 2 feet, meows, and then disappears, and then reappears 5 feet away.
What the fuck?
Well, all right, yeah, they are very tempting, but alas, still no money, and I don't think I want to go into debt just yet.
It's
about the
not
girl?
that much of a debt, you know.
Well, money is really hard to come by. 5 gold, that is still pretty tough for some people, I imagine, right?
You could always take a loan out with Alice. I'm sure she'll give you a fair interest rate.
Fuck off, Traven.
You just go to your wealthy benefactor, Alice, who has holy fucking shit, has a large amount of gold.
I mean, she
She bought
holds...
2 things at Gnome Depot.
Yeah.
We spent all our money at Gnome Depot.
Yep. I was gonna ask, is there any
Soon
place...
I will own you all.
Nope, that's not gonna happen.
What's that? You want a new armor set? A new tome to hold your spell.
Yes, Kevin?
I was gonna ask, is there any place I could probably sell some wares or something like that, in general?
Right next door, you could always sell the general stall.
That's true. Ah, before I forget, what is your name, good sir?
My name is Barthos.
Barthos. Well,
I just
Well,
realized I could find Parthos and Barthon, but that's all
Call
right.
you Bar.
Barf. Call him
I
Barf.
prefer to be called Bar.
oh,
But you're not here, Harmon.
well, I'm gonna go ahead and call you Bar instead. If that's okay with you.
No problem, good sir. Like I said, I'm right here if you need me.
Yeah. All right.
What do we call Barthon?
Bar, of course.
Barthon?
You do
Huh?
not call me Bar.
Everyone was calling him
That's
Bar
why I
last
think
time.
they call me Barthon.
Are you selling anything, Kevin, at the general store?
Give me 1 minute. Animal handler. Okay, there we go. He's a goblin, you said, right? Okay. Just looking through some stuff that I can probably possibly sell. I still have the tablet. Should I just get rid of the tablet? I don't even need it, do I?
You probably don't. Well, no, the tablet's for the keep, isn't it?
The unknown tablet? I have no idea.
It's communicating with
No, because that was the same thing that was
Yeah,
inside
it's like the markings for a jar or something like that.
Oh,
Was it that,
Okay.
or was it literally something else? I don't know.
yeah, it was that.
Okay. Can I technically sell it without them knowing what it is?
You're gonna have trouble selling a rock with gibberish on it.
I can always try and persuade them, saying that this is a magical tablet.
We're gonna put that on
Deception.
pause real fast. We're gonna go to Barthon. Go ahead and if you want to sell anything, things out.
I'll keep looking out. Yeah.
Barthon, you make your way through the town. You see some people wave at you as you pass. A guy walks by and says, "Hey, nice guns," and then kind of carries on his way happily.
Oh.
But you make your way to the Clock and Hen.
No, hold on. I'm not gonna let that one fucking slide.
Nice guns.
I'm gonna turn to him and I'm gonna fucking flex. What are you doing? Talking about these guns?
That's funny. I always love your dwarf. I always love the dwarven humor. He's an automaton.
I'm gonna finger guns at him.
Ah, yes, that is what you dwarves call the guns of finger. And he lifts his robotic arms and goes, bang bang.
I'm gonna fall to the ground dead.
Oh dear, I've done
You
it again.
deleted that function.
Last time I did finger guns, this happened. How do I keep killing people with my other two hands?
What is my life? Why was I created?
I'm kidding.
I'm gonna get up and stab him on the shoulder. Say, you're alright, bud. You're alright.
Greetings,
Oh
friend.
man.
My name is Ben. He offers a hand to shake.
I will shake his hand.
Thanks.
My name is Barthon Stoneheart of the Red Cloaks.
Awesome.
Alright!
Have you ever visited my hometown, Vodkograd? It's great.
I have not, but I would definitely love to visit. Are you guys, when was the last time you were there?
Probably a year or two ago. Well,
Okay.
if I want to be real specific, it's actually 1 year, 3 months, and 20 days, and 16 hours, 17 seconds, 18 seconds, 19 seconds. But you get the point.
Ah, yes. Very good. I would definitely love to visit. Are you planning to return?
Eventually, I have some business here that I'm intending to, getting to know people.
Very well. So what is your profession, or are you just a wanderer?
Oh, I'm just a wanderer. I'm just getting to know people. I'm on my spiritual journey.
Oh, quite interesting.
Yes, I've read about your kind, and that's why I came to visit. Humanoids.
Find the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
He's trying to find a heart.
He's trying to find-
Ha, ha, ha.
Trying to find his brain.
Ha, love Wizard of Oz. No, yeah, I I just have spent so much time in my homeland that I felt I needed to learn. So that is what I'm doing. And since I don't require anything to survive, I can just do whatever.
So Dylan, is he one of like the more drone-ish individuals, or is he more sophisticated?
He's more sophisticated. He's probably realistically he's probably lower high class.
Okay. Okay. Well, it was very nice meeting you. I hope when my group intends on going to Vodkograd that we see you there as well.
Probably won't, but I hope I see you.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yes, indeed. Have a fantastic journey.
Thank you. You as well, good sir.
Thank you.
And he says, "You have a nice day." And he does finger guns like mechanically at you.
I'm gonna do it back at him.
Oh no! Oh god! Ah! He says, down on his knees, and then falls, and oil starts spilling out underneath of them.
No! Oh no!
He stands up and he says, "Just kidding.
Oh my
I don't use. I carry this dark liquid around just in case."
Very talented indeed you are.
Thank you.
Oh no.
And everybody's just very concerned.
Well, everyone's just walking past, giving the stares.
Like everyone's like, "What the fuck?"
So you want to continue the clucking hen?
Yes.
Okay, so you make your way to the clucking hen, and as you enter,
Fall asleep.
what?
Harmon fall asleep.
No, I'm here.
Oh.
It's just not my
Like-
turn.
I'm hearing breathing, and I'm like,
Yeah, I think it was Hyman. That's what
May
I
have
thought.
been,
I
it
thought
may
he
have
was
been
asleep.
me.
Ah,
I'm a little tired just because I've had a long day, but
okay.
I'm not like asleep.
And Barthon, you make your way to the clucking hen, and as you open it, it's a very reputable establishment. People like it's not like the bar scene. Like it's everybody's talking at reasonable tones and enjoying like a nice meal. Even the people at the bar like being respectful towards one another as humans should be. And
we're not trying to discriminate here, but every other race besides humans do a really good job.
yeah. Behind the counter is a dragonborn kind of like cleaning a glass and yeah, what do you want to do here?
I'm just gonna listen around for any concerns people are having.
Okay. So you kind of just let's see a perception roll.
Just zone out and start hearing like little things here and there.
And you hear one of the people nearby. He looks like a priest. He says, "Ah, man, I really wish I would have been able to go to the Temple of Kermi this week since the celebration's tomorrow, and there's supposed to be a big event happening. But sorry, man, I just don't have the extra money to make it there." And the person he's talking to says, "Yeah, I've always wanted to go, especially during the celebration for the Day of Kermi. It's a very big event, and it's just really unfortunate that I couldn't go."
Whew.
And
Is that a
Are you
subtle
trying to
jab
throw
at us?
shade at us?
What I say is it a subtle jab at
Hey.
us?
Just because we're not doing what you want us to do doesn't mean you need to punish us, Dylan.
you hear a couple other people talking, and one of them says, we've actually had one of them actually says, I heard you can't keep on the down low, Larence, but I heard that-
Clarence?
yeah, you've been
Someone tried to
probably-
say Lawrence.
No, I actually didn't. I have like a list of characters that I just choose a name off of. Larence, he says to Larence, I actually heard that there have been some rumors that there's some Ajarians that attacked Rubico recently. Yes. I actually heard that the king fought off 20 of them with his bare hands. Yeah, I know. I also heard that this one dwarf ended up killing like 300 of them with just spare hands. He's like, no, that doesn't make. No, where'd you hear that? I mean, I heard it from I heard it from Gerald. Oh, you can't listen to Gerald. Last time he told fucking Jimmy that he was going to be bear.
He told fucking Jimmy.
Did you see him wrestle a bear? No. No, yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even consider that.
That's a good point. What the hell?
But nobody is really saying anything.
Are they complaining about anything?
Not particularly. One of them is just complaining. Like, one woman's complaining about how she's just doesn't really feel like picking any more apples for the rest of the week. She just wants to kind of relax.
So he's a fucking slave driver.
Just out of curiosity, Dylan, is the woman complaining the same when I took an apple?
Yes.
Fucking bitch.
It's.
So, but yeah, really nothing of interest is being mentioned at this clucking hat.
Okay. Are there any smaller, shadier bars in the city?
Yeah. You can actually make your way to the 252 bottom corner. We'll set you on a trajectory for there, but we're gonna go the next group.
Okay, but I'm also gonna I'll store my cloak so that it's not noticed.
Okay. So you begin to make your way there, switching over to Alice and Mimpy. That building that you guys are in front of is a playhouse.
Oh.
Ooh.
Playhouse.
Yeah. And there's some actors milling about outside, and one of them sees you approaching and says, "Oh my gosh, let me just say, I had the..."
Yeah?
Fuck
Yeah.
Dill.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
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 I had...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck off with that noise.
I had the worst day. My nails got chipped yesterday.
Shut the fuck up. Get out. Bye. Done here.
I'll be serious. Are you guys here to see the show The Damsel and the Frog?
Damsel and the Frog.
Damn, someone the frog.
Maybe.
Well, I'm sure you're all familiar with it. If you want to go get your ticket, it's right up front. It's only $1 gold apiece, and your proceeds go directly towards funding the Playhouse and by extension. But primarily the Playhouse, we like to try and get as many plays in as possible. But yeah, if you want, Damsel and the Frog.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to read.
Accurate representation of how playhouses stay alive in America. It hurts.
Yep.
What do you think? You think we have time to go in and see the play?
Okay. Is it a sad story?
Oh, no. The Damsel and the Frog is this heroic story of two frog men traveling to reclaim their kingdom.
Oh my.
The damsel is actually representation for their land. And there's actually two frogs.
Oh.
It sounds complicated. I think I'll see it some other time.
Are you
Oh,
sure?
come on.
Well-
What's a sense of adventure?
Okay, well, I'll do this. So Alice is gonna hand the 1 gold coin. It's like, here you go, 1 gold coin. But we're really busy and we gotta do other stuff.
Well,
Dang.
if you're not going to see the play, I mean, you don't need to give me a gold coin.
Oh no, I appreciate acting. It's a performance.
Well, if you appreciate it, why don't you watch?
Because I don't have the time.
It's only an hour play.
That's an hour I could use doing something else.
Alice, come on, let's go see the fine ladies.
Wimpy, stay out of this.
do a strength roll. Drag Alice into the play.
Actually, see if she gets persuaded, I guess.
Alice, I say we go on in. It's a short little trip, and it'll be quite fun as I work my way to my persuasion while I scratch my head. Persuasion.
Ooh, solid.
Ooh, mine's not. Hold on. There we go now.
Well, you talked me into
My
it.
rolls have been low. It's like, oh, all right. Well, if Mimpy insists.
Okay.
There you go.
So you want to head on in then?
Yeah, we'll head on in.
Okay.
Yep.
So you head on in, and you find a seat, and the person comes by and is like, "Would you like any food with your watch? We don't have anything crunchy because people who eat crunchy foods in a theater are fucking animals, but we do have some non-crunchy foods available."
Oh no, that's like.
Me. Do you have water?
Yeah, we have water.
I'll have some water.
Here you go.
That'd
And
be
hands
5
you
gold,
water.
please.
Thank you.
No
Wait.
charge.
That'd be
Okay.
5 gold, please. As they would overprice you at a movie theater.
I was like, Alice is like gonna sip the water. I'd be like, yeah, it better be free.
Oh.
And the lights dim, and you see right on the stage two. Do you remember the Bullywugs from last campaign, like way long time ago?
Yeah, I do. Well,
The Bullywugs
You're
are
not gonna narrate the entire play, are you?
the
Better.
Bullywugs.
What if he is?
Fucking
Are they're basically 4 feet tall, like frogmen, and one of them is a brown frog. One is a green frog. The brown frog is a little bit taller, and they're both wearing like knight armor and wielding swords, and they rush on the stage, and the one. Oh, hold on, I gotta pull up my notes real fast.
Run.
Oh boy. Run from it.
Oh man, I know I don't have all my notes. I'm so upset. Okay, I gotta remember. So, okay. So I'm gonna just refer to the brown frog as Frogger and the green frog as Frog. So, Frogger looks the sun kind of falls down from the other side of the stage, and you see a small tower as if from a distance. And Frogger says, "Oh, Frog, do you see that? That is where we claim our destiny." And Frog says, "Ah, yes. Those damn snakes will rue the day that they took over our land." And there's a brief scene of them running through.
I'll give you a good image. Hold on.
It's Frog and Toad for their Frog
Yeah.
and Toad books.
Yeah, I know. Hold on. Give me a second.
Oh goodness.
And as they, I hope it's Frog and Toad's. Kind of like that, yeah. So they approach the tower, and they begin. A bunch of snake people with spears come out, and he watches these 2 frogmen handily just massacre their way through it. And as they're going, they're screaming things like "Deus Vult!" and telling the scum to bow down before them. And they begin cutting their way up through the tower, and the scenes change as they go. And as they reach the top of the tower, Frog is stabbed in the shoulder and falls to his knees. And Frogger says, "No! My brother!" And you see the snake man before him saying, "Yes, I have stabbed your frog friend." I'm having so much fun.
Messed up.
"I have stabbed your frog friend, and I will stab you too." And you could tell he's not really a great actor. The other two are are shining in their roles, but this one he's kind of new. And him and Frogger have a small sword fight, and the snake man is at the edge of the tower.
It's fucking memes.
And he's knocked to the edge, and as the snake man is holding the edge, he looks up and says, please, I beg you, spare my life. Is there anything I could do?
I'm about to shit post real hard in Skype right now.
And Frogger looks down, the sun beating off of his helmet.
I think that sums up the play.
Oh my god.
That's exactly what it's off of. 100%, no question. I literally have it in my phone, but I wanted to write this out. But I think telling it through a play is funny. And the Frogger, with the sun gleaming off of his helmet, looks down and in response to his question says, "Then beg." And he kicks the snake man.
And Frog and Toad reclaim the hole.
And he walks over to Frogger and Frog, and lifts him up and says, "Brother, I would do anything to save you."
Oh no.
Never forget. And Frog says, "And I too. If God struck me, I would strike him back with the fury of 1,000 flames."
Kermit comes out of nowhere and just like, "What you say to me, punk?"
They look into the distance, and you see a small visage of Kermit. And the play ends, and the actors bow. And people go fucking wild, because it was an actually much greater play than I just described. And people throw up roses and stuff like that, and people are pretty ecstatic.
So, give me 1 second.
Yep.
Okay,
I don't
Alice
think
like
there's
gets
any
up,
play that
Alice
you could
gets up.
ever describe that is any better.
and then she gets up and she's like, she really liked it. Literally, I made it so 3 was the only way that she would end up liking the play, and she got 3.
Oh.
Dang.
Yeah, switching back to Railed. Railed,
Before the
you
whole
got this
hour
general.
went. I was gonna ask, like, I mean, I still have my, like, garbage weapons. Do you think I can just sell them for anything? Like the daggers, the longbow, and the short sword I have?
Yeah, you could sell all that for. Is that all you're selling?
Yeah, I don't know what... I have nothing else I can really sell, to be honest.
You could sell all of that for 10 gold.
Yeah, alright. I can do that, then.
So you
When
approach
this
the
mountain water is poured, it looks completely different than when you pour regular water. It's
Okay.
thicker.
Hippity hoppity, you're now my property.
Ooh.
Oh, my God.
All right. So, anyways, as you approach the general store, a man kind of like skedaddles on over and says, "Hello. What's
hello
what
there.
brings you to my fine establishment?"
I was just like, I would like to sell some wares that I have no longer need for.
Sure. What do you have?
Well, I have this sword here. I got this nice little retractable daggers that doubles, you know, and then a nice bow that's still sturdy.
10 gold.
10 gold? Yeah, I mean, if you could maybe give 12. No persuasion, Dill. No persuasion.
Listen, man, I'm already cutting you a deal. Most of the stuff would be 1 gold a piece at any other joint, like Gnome Depot, the famous shop.
I've never heard of
cut
Gnome
you a
Depot
really
before,
big deal
but-
because I like you. All right, I see the look in your eyes. You're a salesman, just like me.
I don't know what you're talking about, but all right, I'll take the deal.
All right, cool. And he slides 10 gold over, and he just grabs it, and he just kind of puts it on the ground behind him. He says, "Good stuff. Is there anything you want to buy here today?"
Well, all right, let's see some wares. What do you got around here?
Well, we have everything a general store would have. So we have some wheat. We have some buckets. We have some hammer, some chisel. We have some shrimp that some fucking noob sold me. We
Why
got
is
some
this-
bread.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
RuneScape reference much?
It was, yeah.
Okay, do you happen...
Got $10.
I actually want to ask about something now that you reminded me. Have you ever heard of something of a bottomless bucket before?
Ah, yes. I have. They're rather rare, but
I imagine
I have
so.
heard that there's more of them that exist.
Ooh.
Sorry,
Okay.
I'm sure there's more than that. I don't know why I said that.
I have all of these fucking frog and toad images now.
Fucking Traven.
I'm so great.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, I don't really have any other need for anything at the general store now, though. But I thank you. All right.
No
I'll
problem.
come back again next time.
I'm sure you will.
Yes, I will. All right, and then I just take my leave.
Okay. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do?
What was I getting gold for again?
Blink animal.
Yes, that's right. That's what it was. So I'm gonna go back and talk to Victor.
Ah, welcome back, my friend.
Ah, yes. Well, hello there. So I've actually managed to acquire some gold, and I'm thinking I could actually acquire one of your blinking animals.
All right, we got a blink dog, we got a blink cat, and he kind of just like puts them both on the counter, and they kind of mill about, blinking in and out of the material plane. Which one are you wanting?
Well, can you
And I
tell
guess
me...
also, yeah, sorry.
I was gonna say, can you tell me a little bit about each of them as to like what do they need for sustenance, and whether or not like one is better than the other in terms of blinking quality.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha. So, blink animals age a little bit faster than your standard animal.
Yeah.
On account of they kind of their innards. I don't know the proper term for it. Their innards are a mix of the ethereal plane and the material plane. So, this doggo, and he like lifts up the dog and the dog like blinks out of his hand, blinks back onto the table. This dog right there, it will grow into like a strong warhound. It's actually part of a breed called the Mulberry, and is used in combat traditionally. The cat, cat's a little bit more stealth oriented, a little bit more for scouting purposes. Not really much of a frontline fighter.
Okay, I see. I get what you mean.
Both of them will reach adulthood in about a week. So.
All right. Is there a spell that allows me to actually like take control of like an animal to like see through its eyes and stuff?
Yes.
There probably is.
There is. I would need to
I don't remember what it's
find.
called.
We could just look at the spells we do as a rogue. But yeah. So basically.
You know, I feel interested in the cat then for the sake of the stealth attribute.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
All right, so I will gladly take that then, and here's your 10 gold for it.
Oh, the spells that you learn at level 8, you can get spells from any school of magic.
Oh, okay. Well, that's 3 levels away, aka like 20 sessions later on down the road.
Yeah.
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 So quiet. What the fuck, everyone?
So, what color would you like your cat to be, Kevin?
Oh. I usually
If you wanna
I would like
Find
to...
a picture of your cat. You're also welcome to do so.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second. Gonna find a PNG so that you can just use it for future reasons.
Okay.
A ping? You're gonna find him a ping?
Yes, a ping.
A pang.
Ping.
Check out the Dark Souls the tattoo I sent in the chat.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Traven, I forgot to mention. Apparently, over
That's
the weekend,
fucking
my
sick.
roommate got a tattoo of Mothman.
That's sick.
Praise be. For the interloper will show us all.
The interloper.
Praise.
So I might run a D&D campaign. However,
Ooh.
it is not D&D.
It's
Right.
suburbs.
It's Apocalypse World.
Oh.
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 Oh, okay.
Meaning.
Okay.
That's the
That's the premise. So is
yeah,
this you telling us right now to make character sheets?
So
no, because they're not D&D character sheets. They're Apocalypse World character sheet. It's completely different than D&D.
So it's like
no, I
Fallout.
understand that. I mean, I need to set up my character. And get everything
Well,
ready.
I'm gonna read into it. I'm gonna tell you guys what we're gonna need,
Okay.
because I have a feeling we're gonna need at least one person to be one class,
Oh.
and then everybody else can choose whatever they want.
My guy has fixation for carrots.
It sounds
Well,
like
there
it's the Powered by the Apocalypse game set.
Yeah.
No, this is a whole game set in itself, I believe.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I mean is because the Powered by the Apocalypse game set is like the overarching term for a bunch of different things. In that same vein, where like there's one class that's like necessary, like in
Well, I think we have to have a driver in this.
One guy needs to know how to drink his own piss
Yes.
to survive.
I actually think it's in a similar way that whatever you run the suburbs and SUVs is off of, because that's
Kevin,
the kind of
you
names
you
for
either
the,
send frog and toad
skills.
memes or you don't send anything at all.
you said it's if it's like the suburbs and SUVs, then yeah, it sounds like it's similar to the Powered by the Apocalypse.
because it's got like let me read it real quick. Let me go back in.
That sounds fun. I look forward to it.
Yeah,
But
I'll
My
set
guy will
something
have
up.
a fixation for carrots.
I might just go off of like a module that they have. That way it would just be easier for myself.
You will kill people for carrots.
Stop.
It's got cool, hard, hot, sharp, and weird.
Yeah,
Those are
that's what we use. Monster of the Week, maybe. That's what I was using specifically, which was one of the Powered by the Apocalypse ones. But there's a bunch of them that I'd recommend checking out.
Yeah, but I'm definitely gonna check this out, and it comes
played
with
before,
all of
Dale?
the character sheets too. I'll send you guys links for their stuff.
What Traven?
You played before?
This when we did suburbs and SUVs.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we ended up using was Monster of the Week, because I also one of the podcasts I listened to used the Monster of the Week as well, and to great effect.
Okay.
I personally prefer the D&D system more, but I think that's just because it's more open towards what you can do. But D&D as a system doesn't translate as well to like modern day kind of stuff, which Monster of the Week does well. It's fashioned after things like this, like Supernatural, for instance. The idea of like each episode is like, frankly, for the first like 2 to 3 seasons, is like a monster that people investigate and deal with.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit more investigative.
Okay, gang, let's look for clues.
So,
Oh boy.
Kevin.
Yeah.
So you got this cat. So, he says, "So what are you gonna name?" No, that's so. What are you gonna name this cat?
Name him Cat with a K.
Let me give you some suggestions for names that I've heard people call different animals. There was a dog once named Horse, for some reason.
Yes.
There's an owlbear named Obi,
Frog.
short for owlbear. There's a wolf named Wolf.
Wolfie.
These are the creative names that the people I've come across give animals for some reason.
Why don't you shut the fuck up?
Jeez.
Any date possible, they choose these
There was
kind
once
of
a
things.
pet rock. There was once a pet rock named Rocky.
No,
yeah,
it's Terrence.
Terrence.
It was Terrence. We have a frog named Marcus. Fun fact, didn't mention that to you guys, did I?
Nope.
We have a frog named Frog and a toad named Frogger.
No,
And,
we have a frog named Marcus.
Oh, also, by the way,
Toad named Toad.
Kevin, I'll say this after Kevin. Kevin, what would you like to name your cat?
I don't know, honestly. I was thinking like either Oscar or I don't know. Is it male or female? Let me ask that first.
Your choice.
God damn it, Dill.
What?
Simba. We're going to go with Simba. How about
Okay,
that?
cool.
And it's gonna be female.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you put that somewhere in your character sheet. Also, I forgot to mention. Well, we kind of already mentioned it previously, but for this session, I forgot to mention. You guys have horses that you've been riding.
Nope, we do not.
Joe has already named his horse and has horse armor from his one shot.
I don't.
Named Barry. So what are the names of your horses, the three of you?
I've honestly thought that Alice was just running and using her speed this entire time.
What's the name of
We
my
can get
horse?
there. But
Arthur.
Okay.
Yes, Arthur. What else?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Oh.
Codenamed
Okay.
Callie for short.
Cal, yeah.
There you go. I'm gonna call mine Seabiscuit.
Aw. I love it.
That's beautiful.
Alice
So
name
unexpected.
for Alice.
Where
name
have I heard
for-
that from, though?
Seabiscuit?
Yeah.
It's
I
an
wanna say it's from
award-winning
something.
horse.
So
Yeah,
I just
horse.
put a separate handout for animals of the party, and so what I want you each to do, we're gonna go one at a time, starting with Barthon, is you're going to put Barthon dash and then whatever animals you have.
Oh, that's
Happy and
good.
Sappy are not considered under this, but
Oh,
it's good.
We have so many
How dare-
fucking pets.
Dill,
God
how dare
damn.
you even consider Happy and Sappy as anything but equals to us?
So Barthon, when you finish, pass it on to the next person alphabetically as character, which is Alice. I apologize. Alice starts,
Oh.
and then Barthon, and then Mimpy, and then
Derailed.
Yeah.
So Alice, once you put Alice dash and then whatever character you have, what other pets you have, after that you'll X out and then let the next person know. Since if you guys try and edit at the same time, it'll crash it. Or not crash
Yeah.
it, but it won't.
I'm done. I'm done.
Okay, Barthon.
Where is this under?
Wait, why did Alice go? God damn it.
Dill, what is this under?
There's
It's just
already
right at the
editing.
very top of the
Oh,
journal.
animals of the party. Okay, I see it.
I'll move it into the actual characters shortly, and if someone wants to get a picture, they're welcome to.
My horse will be named Melon.
So Rayold, so you have this cat now.
Yep, I have this cat.
What are you doing now? What are you interested in?
Well, I'm gonna put it in my backpacks. Hopefully that'll just stay there.
Okay, cool.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and I guess check out the castle in the middle and see like is there's anything interesting else about it or whatnot.
Okay. As you approach the castle, there's a lot of these like opulent banners kind of hung from it, and they're all
I'd be
red.
done.
Okay. Next person. Mimpy.
Armin.
They are
Yeah,
a red
sorry.
and silver color.
Okay.
And as you kind of approach, the guards say, "Hail, Red Cloak! What be your business here today?"
We would like to meet with the what do they call him, Dill? The lord of this land right here.
Leolas.
Leolas. Yeah, we would like to have a meeting with Leolas sometime today. Once I have.
Joe,
the
is
rest
your
of my
horse's
partners
name
here.
Horseberry?
No, I'm just putting Horseberry, and then
Okay.
did I not put Frog next to Marcus?
I think you did, but all I read was Horseberry, and I was like, okay.
Horseberry.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's actually been expecting your arrival. And he kind of like leans close and says, "There's been an incident that happened recently that has been pretty kept under wraps."
Ooh. All right. All right, then I'll let my partners know to come meet over here, and we can discuss this with Leolas.
Excellent.
Yeah, and then so does anyone else need to do anything before?
We'll switch over their thing, but you can let them know through your telepathic cloak.
Yeah.
I don't have my cloak on.
You do not, but everybody else does.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Did we hear that Joe was going to the clock?
The cuck?
I'm not at the clock.
I thought, oh yeah, you went to no. So yeah, we don't know where Joe is.
Where is Joe?
Damn it, Joe.
God damn! Why are
Shoot
you
some
always going away
investigating
from
at
the
a senior
party?
bar.
Why are you attacking me?
I feel so attacked right now.
So, Railed, is there anything else you want to do before
Wait.
like the keep stuff?
I mean, I want to explore, but like, I don't want to go too far. So like,
You'll have a lot of time also to explore this city during this arc. So,
okay. Yeah, maybe nothing else at the moment then.
okay. We're gonna switch to not Kevin, Jesus.
It's
Joe
my turn again.
Barthon. Yeah, what do you want to do? Barthon. So you carry on through the town, kind of looking for like a seedier part of the town, and the seediest part of this town is the area that you find yourself in right now. But even then, like, it's not really that low of quality. But there's a kind of ramshackle looking bar that there's a bouncer outside of it. He's a Goliath specifically, about 8 feet tall. And as you
Is his name Andre?
no,
Yes.
he's standing outside of like this ramshackle looking bar.
Hello, sir. Can I go in?
What's the password?
I don't know.
Didn't know.
You're in.
Can I go in, please?
No, figured it out.
Oh,
No.
No. Oh no.
Alright, I'm gonna go around the corner.
Okay.
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna wait for somebody to go in and I'm gonna listen for the password.
Let's roll perception.
Yay!
How long it takes for somebody to come in.
Oof, wait, where did okay.
There's my drawing pen.
Receptor do.
Okay, so about 20 minutes pass, and keep in mind this is all kind of happening as Harmon and Traven are at their play. And you see a kind of a shifty-looking elf approach the door, and he says, he leans close and says, "Balderdash." And the
Was that Balderdash?
yes,
Okay.
the guard, the bouncer just grunts, and the elf enters.
I'm gonna wait like 5 minutes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna walk up.
What's the password?
Balderdash.
Yeah.
Alright, I will walk in.
So you walk in, and it's a small bar. You see one guy behind the counter with a mustache, cleaning a glass, just kind of looking down at the counter. You see the elf that walked in is in a corner, having a sip of mead, and there's also like two other dwarves who are kind of in a corner. They're playing cards with each other. But it looks like the tables are kind of like cheap quality. It looks like there's like some dried blood in an area. Not exactly super welcome.
Okay. I'm gonna listen around.
Who you gonna listen by?
I'll go by the dwarves.
Okay. So you kind of sit nearby to the dwarves, and you see that they're speaking in Dwarvish. And as they're playing, every time that they place down a card, well, when they're talking, they're just having a general stream of conversation. But every time they place down a card, they say a word, like just a word that's just not in line with the rest of the conversation, and then immediately continue. So, for example, one of the dwarves says, "Yeah, last week Becky was running into some." Fuck, I just forgot what word I was about to say. Last night, Becky ran into some issues, lamp, and it was real unfortunate. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You know, I was just running the problem with Jeff actually about 2 days prior, Mir, and it just wasn't looking so hot. And I understand. Look, I'm getting really sick of this kind of stuff. It's not very healthy, Barry. And we gotta put a cap on this. And the one sets his cards down, looks at the other and nods and says, "I fold drawer."
I am gonna roll to decipher that. I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, you're gonna be rolling disadvantage investigation.
Okay.
Oh wow, you have a fucking high ass investigation, Jesus. So he's not. You're able to get the gist that they did something illegal, but you don't know what that was.
No.
They couldn't have.
And the one that is kind of facing your general direction, nods at you and says, "Hey, dwarf, come on over."
Oh boy.
Nice.
I will go over.
He says, "Hey, pull up a chair, play around of cards with us."
Oh boy.
And
I will do.
he
Marthon
deals
is slightly
cards out
concerned.
of you. Yeah. Have you ever played Rooks and Dragons?
I have not.
Well, you'll figure it out.
Oh
That's a
boy.
quick explanation. And then they begin playing. And they get at they go through both their turns. It comes to your turn. You have cards. One of them is a rook. One of them is a knight. And you have 2 knights, a rook, and a pawn.
Okay. What have they played?
You've seen one of them has played a knight, and one of them, the one following, played a queen.
I'm gonna play a pawn.
The one to your left says, "Rookie mistake," and he places down a bishop.
Oh no!
And he says, how'd you find yourself here, friend?"
I was
Red.
just wandering through and happened upon somebody who gave me the password. So
Oh, really?
yes. What was that, Dill?
Who'd you kill?
Oh boy.
Go on.
Oh fuck. What was a noble that died?
Noblest.
List of nobles that died.
One of the
Isn't
nobles
Thornberry?
that died
Pretty
is
sure it's Thornberry.
no.
Oh,
Amalia.
there's that.
Malia.
Yeah.
All right. I actually killed the noble Amalia.
And he says, He frowns a little bit. And
Wait, hold on. Where was the noble Amalia from?
Fior?
Fior, the Elven city to the east. It's the territory.
Oh,
directly-
she died?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That's my bad.
Oh.
Good thing she died.
Dwarves don't really say anything. They just kind of keep playing cards. So, do you want to keep playing with them, I assume?
Yeah.
After about
I like how they didn't question that.
2 rounds go
Be
by,
quiet.
and you hear the cocking of a revolver behind you. And you feel metal up against the back of your head.
Oh no, Joe!
Dwarves not looking. Both
What
dwarves
happened?
up. But the one that was talking to you says, "So, you killed Amalia, eh?"
No, I didn't. I actually I stole the password from that elf that walked in. He said it quite loud.
Ah, should have just been honest, mate.
Proceeds
boy.
to pull
I'm
the
just doing a bit
hammer.
of recon in the area. I'm gonna pull my cloak out now.
Ah, a red cloak. We
We don't take too kindly about you folks.
yeah.
We'll take a time. You gonna get fucked good, boy.
I have information for you, actually.
Oh no!
And
Oh yeah. What would that be?
you hear a voice behind you say, "Stand on up, follow us."
Oh no!
Joe,
All right.
what are you doing?
And
Joe!
behind you, the bartender has a gun to the back of your head.
Obviously.
I specify the bartender. The 2
Oh,
dwarves,
okay.
the 2 dwarves begin walking over to a side door, and they open it and lead you in. And in this room, there's a small table, and there's also another like a door in the like a trap door in the floor. And the 2 gnomes, dwarves, sorry, as they walk in the room, they pull guns on you as well when they turn around, and they say, "All right, so this is how it's gonna be. Leave your stuff here before we continue.
Oof.
Why would I do that?
Because if you don't, we'll kill you."
Okay. I'm gonna use my cloak at the moment and say, so, just if you don't mind me asking, why are you running an operation out of this ramshackle bar down in the south?
He's got a liar. Get him.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Bartender is going to roll to hit you in the back of the head with a revolver, but
Can I roll acrobatics?
since it's just a general melee, you're not going to be able to.
Oof.
Well,
It's not going to hit you though.
Okay.
He swings, misses, and
I'm gonna
says,
pull the arclight revolver out.
"Okay."
fucking Joe. Oh god.
You want to roll initiative, or are you going to submit?
I'm not fucking submitting.
All right.
But you're
Oh,
fighting.
boy.
Oh no.
Switch over to a battle map.
No one is there to help you, Joe.
Oh.
Wait, I want to make sure before I change my health back to full. We are back at full health,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Correct.
Oh, that's a good thing to figure out. Yeah.
Okay. So let's take us over to the grasslands.
The grasslands, of course.
All I can imagine is like the really old game
I know what you're talking
that
about.
only had one battle map,
Dang.
and regardless of where you are, it is that area.
Pain.
Oh boy. This ought to be fun. Are you boys ready to see Barthon win against 3 people?
Yeah.
Yep.
Show me what you got, Barthon.
Yeah, show us.
So-
that
I
one-
have, it is 6 rounds of Arclight, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is gonna be interesting.
All right. So let's roll initiative.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Ooh, you're going
Okay.
first.
So, Barthon, dwarf,
1 dwarf, 2 dwarf, 3.
bar, tender.
Bard, that's right.
Okay. So
Just
it's
you know,
your
you're
turn.
gonna cause a lot of noise when you're fighting.
Fuck yeah, I will.
Is anyone gonna be able to hear it though? Like any of us while this is going on? Because it's so
You guys
peaceful
know.
and bustling.
Told you where the fucking place was.
Do we know?
Yeah. So I mean, technically, Alice and Mimpy are hearing it. I mean, they're at the end of the play. Like the play's just ended like 5 minutes ago, and they hear this. Rail, you hear this as you're like talking to the guards in the center.
Okay.
Actually, aren't all our cloaks allow us to communicate with one another?
Yeah, that's how you guys know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's why I said I used my cloak.
It's
Yeah.
an open source
Okay.
radio.
So, like, where are they located? The bandits.
You just know that they're in the southeast.
Okay. I guess Alice will roll perception to see if she can find them.
Well,
We're gonna start making our way there.
I said a ramshackle bar in the southeast.
Yeah.
So many ramshackle bars in this place.
So what we're gonna do for that is, Kevin's closer. Kevin, you're gonna take
Sure.
4 turns to get to the bar.
Okay. All right.
The other 2 of you, if you guys are going, will take 5 turns.
Fuckers, stop.
Is that fine? Yes, no? You guys going?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So Barthon, your turn.
Alrighty. I'm gonna shoot at the one closest to me. Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna jump sort of back to the left a little bit, like this way,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna shoot at this one.
Okay. Go ahead. With your arc light.
Yeah, arc light.
Don't miss
Okay.
now.
And that's dexterity, right? Correct.
Are you using? Yeah, it's 6:30. Are you using like the special ability?
Sorry.
Okay, so I got to make a dex saving throw.
Rolls nat 20.
I would be so upset. Oof.
So
Close
you can
enough.
roll 1d6 plus the dex.
Okay.
It's best for like a beam since it's a beam in a 60-foot line.
Yeah.
It doesn't do too much damage on its own
So
if you're using the abilities.
right, 1d6 plus 1 then.
Yeah.
It just goes cleanly through him.
And then
it
we'll
doesn't
cut
do
that in
much
half.
else.
Oof.
Ooh.
Okay, so
Four.
3 damage.
4 damage.
Or we round down. Everybody.
Wait, why would it be rounded down though? Because it's half plus my 1.
Yes. Well, you take the full amount and then divide by 2.
Okay, my bad.
Okay, let's get this one dwarf. What's your AC?
15.
Okay.
Ooh.
That one's not gonna hit. That one is going to hit.
Ooh.
GG.
He's gonna shoot at you with a revolver. You're
Oh.
gonna take 7 damage.
Oh. Man, revolvers do so much damage.
Look, pal, we don't want to kill you. We're trying to give you information. You're the one that got all persnickery.
Snickery?
I'm not dropping my gear. Sorry.
Bartender.
Why did I mimic the voice?
4 damage.
I drop my gear. You let me take my gear, I'll go.
That's a no can do. Look, we're either gonna take you unconscious or conscious, so you can choose which one you want. You're taking 4 damage, by the way. I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah, I did. I took it. Oh,
Okay.
another 4. Sorry.
So you have
Oh
11.
wow, that bandit's so nice. He lets him know how much damage he'll be taking.
Hey, yeah, make sure you write that down later. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I need a guarantee that I'm going to get it all back, at least.
Of course, you'll get it all back. What do we look like? Criminals?
I mean, you're in a shady bar that requires a password, and you were talking about killing somebody, so...
It's your turn.
He's so shit. Yo, why are you fighting these people? They're so nice.
You know what? Fuck.
Gambling time. Oh, yeah, this is turn 2, by the way, so we're a little closer now.
Yep.
I'm making thoughts.
Do you trust these guys? Or do you not?
I'm going to roll insight on them. Can I do that as, like, an extra action?
Yeah. What do you want to roll insight on specifically?
Then I'm going to get my gear back first off.
Okay. You recognize that they're telling the truth.
Alrighty. I'm going to holster my gun.
Do you still think he's wearing a wire though?
I mean, they're gonna have you take everything, and And so you holster your gun, and the bartender keeps his gun on you, but the two dwarves holster theirs, and they say, "Set your stuff on the table."
All right, I'll pull my stuff out and put it on the table.
And so you're taking everything off. If there's something you want to try in sleight of hand, you can, but you have to tell me what item it is right now.
Sleight of hand my cloak.
Yeah, let's see that sleight of hand check.
It's a part of my skin.
There, to roll real high there, Joe.
Let me check some stuff.
My mother made this cloak. It's been with me since I've been a
I
youngin.
cannot depart from this.
I will die.
I'd rather die than hand it over to some fools like you.
No, I will legit die. My soul will leave my body. This Bathon speaks true.
This is my curse, for I cannot remove it.
Still, I have one question about
Yeah.
the deck of many things. The fake deck of many things that I
Okay.
bought. Is it actually like a deck of the fake cards?
It's just a sculpture, right?
It's it's a deck of it doesn't have any magical properties, but
Right.
if you're asking if it's a replica of the original, then yes.
Okay.
So they only look like it.
I'm gonna try and sleight of hand the red coin.
The slave hand what?
The red
Oh.
The
coin.
red coin.
Okay, let's see slave hand check. Okay, I think you'll be able to keep that. I think that they kind of just think it's part of your coins, which they're not taking.
Wow.
All
Okay.
4 of them. They're not taking all 4 of my golden
Yeah.
coins.
So, but every other item is put on this table, and the one dwarf says, "All right, listen, we're gonna have to blindfold you. We're gonna lead you where we're taking you."
Oh man.
And he hands you a blindfold. He holds a blindfold out to you.
He's making sure that you're willing to do it.
Will this information actually be useful to me and my group?
I suspect that that's for you to decide. I think it's obvious. If we wanted to kill you, then you would already be dead. I mean,
if you
You're not
want
gonna-
to kill me,
We're still closing in while this is going on, right?
Mhm. you're about 2 turns away.
Alright. Yeah, I'll put the fucking blindfold on.
So you put it on, and you hear the trap door open, and you're led down some stairs, and then you're just
Can I use? Would it be perception or survive? That would probably be
Yes.
more survival. To memorize the directions taken.
yeah, it'd be survival. Let's see a survival check.
Oof.
Okay,
Nope.
so you they lead you through a variety of twists and turns, and they lead you into a you feel that the room before you is much larger than it was prior to that, and they reach up and they take your blindfold off.
Okay.
And then the rest of the group, Rael, you see this dilapidated bar, and you see a Goliath bouncer outside.
Yeah.
And about 60 seconds later, Alice and Mimpy appear.
Oh, hi, guys.
What? You Memphis with you? What do you mean, hi guys?
Well, because they say railed. Oh, wait, yeah. Oh, hi, railed.
Hey Alice, hey Mimpy. Barthon seemed to be in a bit of trouble or something. He says there's something over here.
Okay, let me ask the person. Hey, person. Oh, wait. Dawn, she's gonna be walking up to the
bouncer.
Okay.
the bouncer. She's gonna be like super nervous because it's a new person, but She's gonna be like, "Hello, person. Was there like a guy, like a small, statured guy? He's about like only a little taller than me. Actually, no, he's shorter than me. Yeah, a little shorter than me.
I haven't seen one.
Oh, are you lying?
No.
Roll
Are you
insight.
sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Alright, give me 1 second because I was drawing. Now I have to. Actually, why isn't my mouse? Why? There it goes. There you go.
He's probably seen a dwarf.
I rolled a night. I got a 19.
Yeah, you can gather he's lying. He's definitely seen a dwarf.
Oh,
Yeah, look, there are two dwarves that just came in recently.
He just.
I was just gonna be like, Alice was just gonna like give him a really bad stare and be like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "2 dwarves." It's like, oh,
Yeah.
well, you know where they went?
No. I've been outside this door. I mean,
Of course, fucking Dylan says at the last second.
I mean, so he's outside the door, so he really has no idea, like with any of the events that went on inside.
Would you have an idea of where they might go?
No.
Okay.
You're quick to give up on your friends.
I mean, I can't roll insight on that because it's not
I
necessarily.
know.
Something...
I'm just fucking with you.
I almost want to say there could be a way to make this work. Like, can we detect our cloaks?
Actually,
like
wait.
people's cloaks, you know?
Hey, Dylan.
Yeah.
So you know how natural tracker it says that I can determine I have advantage on tracking, right? From creatures I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
Could I do that with Barthon?
Yeah. To an extent.
Okay. So
You know the
track
general direction these probably went.
All right. So track creatures as long as encountered them before. Okay. So what is? I've never used tracking before, honestly. I'm just gonna assume that's survival.
You'd be correct.
All right. So I have to roll advantage on that.
There you
Nice.
go. There you go.
Okay. So you your senses just hone in. You can feel in your like mind that on the map, Barthon is at like 78.
So Dylan, point that out.
That is so far away.
Directly north of the keep.
Directly north of the keep.
Oh, there
All
it
right.
is.
Yeah, okay, I see it.
That's so
In that general area.
Okay, hey guys, let's go this way.
Huh?
And now it's just gonna start walking.
Wait, are we just gonna abandon Barthon? What?
Oh no, just follow me.
What?
Well, we're basically going to where Barthon is right now,
He's not here?
or was.
Oh.
No, he's not here.
Okay.
Okay, I guess.
Mimpy.
Yeah, let's just go do it.
Okay, so you've been making your way up to 78, and as you get there, you see it's a courtyard, and it's a church, and there's a lot of like smiling frog people, and just other general people, but a lot of frog people in robes.
Are they trying to convert Barthon right now? Is that what they're trying to do? Is they trying to convert him?
But you sense that Barthon is about 200 feet below you generally. Alice?
I mean, you don't have to be that specific, honestly, though.
No, I'm just that's why I said roughly.
All right.
So you're
So like
saying
Alice just turns around. She's like, so Barthon's here, but below.
we're at
possibly.
a church, though. What do you mean he's here and below?
You're kind of in the church courtyard. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I like church courtyard.
courtyard. So yes, Alice is gonna like. So from what I'm able to gather, or at least from my senses, is that Barthon is here, but he's not up top where we are. He's below.
So you're telling me he's under here?
As above is below.
Supposedly, Alice kind of like puts her hands in the air.
So what? Are we just gonna dig straight down then? Is that the plan?
I mean, if you want, but I'm pretty sure there's some sort of stairs, like a normal person.
I don't know, Alice. You don't really seem like a normal person, but we'll go with that.
What does that have to, what do you mean? Alice starts crying.
No, you have some unusually powerful strength for a person of your stature, so that's why there's some suspicion. But
It's really weird that you're throwing all this right when Barthon leaves, and instead of wanting to focus on your friend, you just might end up hurting my feelings.
Okay, where could we find some stairs, anyways? Roll perception.
I'm not rolling perception. Alice did all the tracking.
There's some stairs leading into the church.
Oh boy,
Well,
stairs.
let's go in there.
You mean the porch?
So you enter the stairs and it leads into the church, and you see
The glorious chapel.
what you guys are familiar to some extent what the inside of a church of Kermi looks like.
Totally.
In game, out of game, you don't, and that's why I'm going to describe it. As you enter, you see a bustling marketplace of a variety of frog people bargaining with others and frantically trying to sell their wares.
That reminds me. Is there like any fungus anywhere?
Fungus?
Yeah, the fungus that's usually near
The
statues.
Kermi statue. We'll get to a Kermi statue and you can roll. One of the frogs approaches you and says, "Hello, great sirs. Welcome to one of the bountiful temples of Kermi. Blessed be him. How may I assist you today?"
Alice is like,
Well, we are actually looking for a way to go underground. Around here.
Excellent,
by chance.
excellent. We can help you with that.
Oh.
We have a variety of things for sale.
Oh.
You look for a shovel? Boom. Done.
Well, we weren't asking for wares, but more like, do you happen to have a passageway that already exists by chance?
Well, perhaps we do for a price.
what kind of price?
Well, just buy some of our wares.
Doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Do you have any water?
I do.
How much is the water?
How about you spend 20 gold worth of water, and we'll get you pointed in the right direction.
How much water will I get for 20 gold?
Yeah. 5 buckets worth. Seems fair.
I don't need that much water. Never mind, thank you.
Okay.
Jesus.
Rayold, I
Perhaps
think we
you would like
have
to
give up.
visit the statue
Alright.
of Kermi and pray to them.
Yeah, I'll go to the statue, actually.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey,
I just-
look.
Literally, Alice was like going to try and bargain with water, and then Dylan caught on to what I was literally about to do. And then I was just gonna be like, 5 buckets. Like, I don't need that much, Rayold. I think we need to give up.
Sir, and he points at Railed.
Mm.
You look like the type of man that needs.
5 buckets of water.
Can I interest you in a shovel and 4 buckets of water, all for the low price of 7 gold?
Wait, what?
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. Do you have a statue to visit? It's right over there. One of my fellow siblings can lead you there.
Dylan's being super biased right now. All right.
And no, I know that Kevin doesn't have any money.
That's why I'm just like, there's no point.
And
I have no need for a shovel right now, and I can't necessarily carry 4 buckets of water.
okay, yeah, I understand. Look, not everyone can carry. I see you have a mushroom man. Mushroom man.
Oh,
Greetings. Listen, I have just the ware for you. Oh boy, I love buying and selling silk. Terrify me.
Oh, no.
I am but a humble disciple of
Alice is gonna hear this and is like, like literally, she's gonna hear Happy get all excited. It's like, Alice is like, no, Happy, don't get fooled.
And one of the bullywogs kind of direct you, Alice, to this Kermie statue.
I imagine like Alice is just like pointing at Happy, and then this frog is just pulling Alice away to the statue.
Yep.
But all right. Alice will inspect the statue and see if there's fungus.
Investigation.
Fungus among us.
Hippity hoppity, you're now my property.
Yeah.
Let's see, investigation you said?
Or nature, I mean, but that's fine.
Oh.
You see a piece of frog moss kind of like left as an offering to Kermie.
Oh. So I was gonna like talk to the frog and be like, "Can I have that moss?"
For a price.
Oh boy.
No, we're not talking to Garfield all of a sudden. What the hell is that?
How much will that moss be? I don't have much money.
3 gold. Oh, you have plenty of money. Trust me. We all smelled it when you came in.
Alice, like, that's creepy. But
You're the richest person in this temple right now, and we are all very excited to have you here.
Alice like puts her hand.
Craven, how much fucking
purse.
money do you have?
Like Alice just like instinctively puts her hand.
I'm sure that the frog people, the bullywogs, are quite honorable in trade because they wouldn't want to get smited by Kermie.
They smell upper class.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
But
like,
no
okay,
money. They know currency when it comes
Wait.
in.
Is this the moss that is this kind of moss?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I'll take this.
So what do you say? 5 gold.
You just said 3 gold, so I'll take it.
I don't know. Sir, I definitely said 5.
Called me sir now too. I'm definitely taking it for 3 gold.
Okay, fair mistake. You had 3 gold.
Alice is a smooth negotiator.
You had a 3
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah.
Just kind of slides in a pouch and says, there you go. You may have this frog moss.
Thank you, frog moss.
You take it, you get smited by Kermie.
Take the frog moss, and more frog moss kind of comes up through the cracks of the temple and in the same spot.
Oh, okay.
Just keep grabbing it. He didn't
Would you
say
like to
how
buy
much you
this?
can have.
Can I have that frog moss too?
That's 15 gold.
Does it just get more expensive the more it
No.
grows?
It's 15, and then after that, it stays the same.
Should I pray to Kermie and ask why you guys are so expensive?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Pray religion. Ooh.
Sorry, if you wanted to answer your prayers, you could always sweeten the deal with some of that coinage you got.
Alice just keeps praying.
As you're doing all this, there's like 7 other bullywogs who are kind of like within a 15-foot vicinity of you, like eagerly hoping for a way to get a sale from you.
Alice
keeps praying. Can I roll again?
Yeah, sure. One more time.
This is gonna be fun.
What?
So like Alice will pray. It says, Kermie, could you please lower these prices for me?
And oh man. Okay, so
Gotta work it out, Dylan. Work it out.
Hear the sound
The
of
booming voice.
you hear phenomenon do 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 do, and from the ceiling you see a green looking frog slowly descend down about the same height as the bullywogs, and all the bullywogs immediately just bow down, fall to the ground, and Kermie looks around with his hands clasped, says, it has been a while since I have been summoned. But yes, bow down to all of me.
I proceed to bow. I proceed to bow.
I am here to give you the good word of the Christian Bible.
Oh.
You know what? I don't like that disrespect. Leave my temple before I smite
Oh no!
jeez.
Oh
No, I was just doing the voice. I wasn't supposed to be talking.
I know. Kirby just like lifts up his hand and lifts up Kirby and
No,
just
listen.
throws him.
Mimpy's trying to get good with Kermie. I was tired of getting bullied by Kermie all last session.
Telekinetic
Alright,
powers.
you fuckwits, what has brought me to your presence? Please, young thing, whatever can I assist you with?
I think she's called a human.
One more heart, and you are.
So Alice takes a knee. It's like, oh, wise and merciful Kirby. I wish for
I'm
the
not
prizes.
merciful. I think you have the wrong god.
Oh. Well, assuming you're wise.
Of course. I invented wiseness.
Fucking
Please tell these folks to possibly lower their prices and stop trying to take so much of my money.
What is the price provided for this?
The moss that I want, they want me to have it for 15 gold when I just bought it for 3.
I see. Look, I am willing to cut you a bargain. 7 gold.
I'll take it.
You better.
Oh no!
And he reaches down and he personally hands you Frogmoss, and he holds out his hand for 7 gold.
Alice will lower her head and then take the moss. Be like, thank you.
Better get the gold. Better get the fucking
I
gold.
think you should be providing me the funds required.
There you go.
And then he disappears.
He just disappears, or is he like waiting for something else?
He's waiting for you to give him 7 gold.
I just handed him 7 gold.
Oh, okay. So he takes the 7 gold, and he goes over and he like reaches his hand around Rayla and reaches his hand around Mimpy, kind of drags you both towards Alice, and he like forms like a small huddle with you, and he says, I know I'm not supposed to interfere, but I cannot help it. It's not very often that I am summoned to the material plane.
Yes.
Right below us is your friend, and hold on. My name is Kirby, and I would like to.
My name is Kobe Frodo, and I will melt the world.
And here, we're gonna go for a quick journey.
Oh.
Goodbye, my subjects. And
Oh.
all the bullywugs are like crying tears of joy. Most of them have never personally seen Kirby. And
That means Alice gets a permanent discount.
he snaps his fingers, and you appear in front of the dilapidated inn area.
Oh god.
Wait, can I do the sound that it does when we just appear?
Yeah, and we just teleported.
Yeah, you did that.
When we technically have Harmon do the slide whistle.
No, that was only for deaths. And he walks over to the door, and the bouncer tries to raise a finger, and then just immediately just
Disintegrates.
around the side of the building.
Oh.
And Kirby's, follow me,
Oh.
my subjects.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
wise one.
And so he just the door opens as he walks near it, and he just kind of walks in, and the bartender like freezes and like he drops the glass that he was cleaning perpetually, and but there are like 2 other people in here also. They're just immediately hiding, and Hermie walks over and opens like the side door, and you see on a table is a bunch of stuff that you recognize as Barthon's. And he opens the trap door and he says, "Here, follow your heart." I'm just kidding. That is ridiculous. Follow the scent of his gold and you will find him.
I don't know. Alice's sense of gold is stronger.
No,
Alice starts sniffing.
just trust your scent of gold.
Okay.
I'm losing my voice. More do it.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Should we take Barthon's stuff and bring it to him? You know?
I was assuming they were doing that.
Oh. Well,
Yes, I was saying that. My name is Kirby Frog. Hey, listen, I think that next time you want me, don't. Just don't.
That's
great.
Understandable.
Sorry. Look, it's been a while since I've been out here, and Cthulhu has told me about your travels, and you know what? Each and every one of you are special pieces of shit.
Oh.
Well, we
That means a
we
lot
appreciate-
coming from you, sir.
And I
So
think to myself,
wait, wise one. I have a question.
I suppose.
Are some of us better? Are some of us more special than the others?
And he like puts his hands on his knees and like leans in a little close and he says, "All of you are worthless in your own way, little one."
Oh.
And he like pats you on the head and he
Aw.
says, he stands up straight and he says, "All right, well, since all of you fuckwits didn't go and celebrate my birthday tomorrow at the Tipple of Kermy,
well,
fuck all of you." And he flicks all of you off. And then he just kind of walks backwards into the wall and disappears.
Yep, that is definitely Kermit right there.
Such a great god.
Fucking
And
madness.
switching, and I'm gonna have your characters kind of auto track Barthon. Barthon switching over. The blindfold is taken off, and you see before you this weird sight.
Isn't it always?
You see a small gathering. You see the two dwarves with you, but there's a small gathering of these like small. Think of like Ewoks almost.
It's a
Oh
cult.
boy.
It's a cult.
But all of them are instead of brown fur are blue furred,
That's really peculiar. That's unnatural.
and you kind of looking around. There's a small pit, and you see in the pit is a burning picture of Kermy.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a
And you
cult.
see on the far wall, there's this picture of this blue, this
Can I send the picture?
yeah, go ahead.
What did you find now, Traven?
So on the far wall, of which is in this cult room, there is. I want to find like the perfect picture of him.
Okay, well, continue on then.
One of them approaches and says, hold on, wait 1 sec.
So I'll send the picture to you guys of what that picture is on the wall.
Okay.
No.
And one of them approaches and says, "Hello there. It's a pleasure to meet you. I see you have found our secret abode."
Well, you
And
found the
that's-
right picture.
And that's
Yes.
the picture.
You found the right
Hello.
picture.
We have information that you may enjoy.
Oh no! No, no!
What would it be?
There's an assassin in the city,
Oh,
Okay.
and
This actually is pretty helpful information.
this assassin is a renegade. You're gonna have to. I assume that as your red cloak, you're going to deal with it, but there's something else that I must ask you to do.
Okay. I'm sorry, I can't stop picturing them as fucking Cookie Monster.
So wait, Dill, are they just like little Ewoks? Or are they like people wearing these blue furry these furs?
There are some that are like Ewoks, but Cookie Monster colored. But then there's also a couple that are obviously wearing like costumes.
Okay.
Oh,
Also, like I'm
God.
assuming well, actually, did they say the name of their god yet?
No.
Or is it just okay? So his name is Cookie Monster.
And there is something that I need you to do, and or not me, but our Lord and Savior.
And who would that be?
Cookie Monster.
oh
And as he says, our Lord and Savior Cookie Monster, from the passageway behind, the other three come in and hear this.
no! Hello.
Alice's eyes go wide open.
Ah, yes, the chosen ones. Listen, come here, come here.
Whoa. Barton,
Ow.
what the hell have you got yourself wrapped into?
I don't know.
Let me tell you the story of the forgotten god.
Oh no!
Wait, are all their eyes like looking in different directions? Like,
Yeah.
Let me tell you a story, forgotten god.
Let me tell you stories.
I'm fucking dying. Please tell me you're implementing this into the other section.
The other session hasn't even met Kermit yet, so who knows?
Oh no!
Please tell me that this will be part of it at some point.
Yeah, it will be.
Oh,
So-
thank Christ.
The story of the forgotten. Let me tell you the legend. Once upon a time,
Oh no!
there was a god who that was close to the power of Kermit. Never to the power of Kermit, understand, but close enough that Kermit grew worried. This god was fueled by this magical cookie. It was how he was powerful.
Magical cookie.
Unfortunately, Kermit took the cookie away and drove our god into madness. He still resides to the south. And it is there that he tries to regain his power.
Oh.
He is the god of chaos incarnate and other things that you don't need to worry about.
The god of
This
cookie,
god-
I guess.
Please tell me the other things. I am.
Traven can tell you the other things.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Go
Traven,
ahead.
tell me the other things.
Yeah,
God of
Cookie
chaos, chaos, and death itself.
Oh.
Now,
He's called Cookie Monster, but the other name he's also called is the Great Devourer.
How befitting.
No.
Wow.
it is with our great pleasure that Cookie Monster can hopefully be reborn and conquer the world in the name of Cookie Monster.
Yep.
We want him to take down Kermit. Kermit is a fickle, chaotic god. Does not sow chaos, but controls fate himself.
How does Kirby not hear about this, to be honest?
Well, I mean, there's a reason that Kermit put you guys here. Um,
Oh, lordy.
he's, this assassin that is going through this town, we suspect that he is in line with Kermit himself. He is meddled with the forces of mortal too long, and it is with that we request that you can build up Cookie Monster. Go against Kirby.
We will definitely try. We will do our absolute best to see what we can do. Do you have any other information on this assassin? Or who he's trying to assassinate?
I cannot give you any more information on the assassin because this is information that you must find yourself. That is part of the point of the arc.
I'll actually
No,
send you guys an image of the famous battle that Cookie Monster and Kermit had.
Oh, famous
Wonder it.
battle. Oh no.
That's not what I meant to do, but yeah.
Yep, that is the picture right there.
If you would subscribe to Cookie Monster, then he will protect you.
Oh God.
You know what? Fuck it.
No, oh no, Joe.
Like, it is the prophecy.
Oh.
That's the picture that's on the wall, actually.
Oh no.
That one.
The one of Cookie Monster strangling Kermit.
Oh.
Oh man, they used to be best friends.
Honestly, I think that I will follow the ways of Cookie Monster. Simply because,
Boy.
if anything, it will strengthen our armies. Especially if he's going to protect us. If
Keep
he's
in
the
mind,
god-
you will have to turn your back on the other gods and minor gods in order to do this. Once you subscribe to the Great Devourer,
I will only do that if my mechanical that I create is Cookie Monster.
So actually, I have a question, Dylan.
Yes, Traven.
Because Cthulhu and Kermie are literally the people that are basically the behind the scenes for the main plot line, doing this, does that affect our relations with them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it will.
Because I didn't know if that's also. Huh. All right.
Hey, like the other gods aren't going to care, but if you go with
I just imagine like the gods are in like their own little thing, and they just know these two fuckwads, Cookie Monster and Curry, are just fucking crazy, and they don't ever try to interact with them.
Oh boy.
with Cookie Monster, then any relationships with Cthulhu and Kermie are essentially null and void.
Is that if anybody in the group is, or is that just specific people in the group?
I don't know.
Well, I would like to know so that I don't doom the entire group, because I would like to follow the ways of Cookie Monster. And I don't want to force my
Cthulhu
belief
anymore.
on it else.
So like Alice is gonna be like, does Cookie Monster offer discounts?
Cookie Monster does not deal with sales.
So like Alice is like Sarah looks at
Benefits of
Barthon.
following, Cookie Monster. Like, what are his true beliefs and such?
In what?
End goals and stuff, I guess, is true.
Yeah, like
What are his
what are
principles?
the benefits essentially?
So right now, Cookie Monster is very weak. So right now, not much. But if we can get Cookie Monster to his true power, then he can take down Kermie. And we can be free of his tyranny.
Basically, you guys are taking a chance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking do it.
Oh.
Sorry, party, if I doom you all.
Oh.
I appreciate it, Joe.
I'm no longer associated with Barthon. I'm no longer associated.
See, Alice has to contemplate it because she likes sales.
Apparently, a little girl likes sales.
Wait, so
Alice,
like Alice is like, wait, so if they don't
think
ask,
about it this way, there is always a chance that he can help us build up our fortifications for our keep.
Oh, yeah, sure. I guess. I don't see what use that would be, but yeah, I mean, you can do that.
where do I sign up? Do I just sign here?
Yeah, I mean, keep in mind, you're not, yeah, you could just sign. Here, let me get your paper.
Oh no!
And he goes and gets a paper, and it says, I do solemnly swear to follow Cookie Monster, comma, the true god of chaos, and then there's an asterisk at the end.
Those are asterisk, man.
What is the asterisk?
Oh, I mean, just the asterisk is just talking about how there's no benefits unless Cookie Monster is risen, and once he rises, he's going to devour the universe, and nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy.
Why would you want to get devoured?
I mean, then we can all be within Cookie Monster.
So that's how you're gonna do it, Dill?
Oof.
Do it.
How long will it take for the devouring to occur?
I guess. Whenever he's back to his full strength.
He'll have to deal with Kermie first. That'll take a bit.
So he'll deal with Kermie, and hopefully win, and then he'll eat the universe. So
Well, sorry, I'm gonna do this out of character. I'm hoping that by that time I'll be dead and I won't have to deal with the repercussions of this.
Fuck you.
Wow.
Right.
Chaotic
So, Dill,
neutral
is this gonna be like the full? Is this based like on lore you want to make, or something I've written?
This is just what's being told to you guys.
Okay.
You guys pledge yourself
I'll just ask.
Cookie
I'll just ask
Monster if
questions
you
later.
want. I am a loyal fan of Electra.
If that's because you fucking signed on to that shit, she's gonna kill you if you don't.
Yeah. Isn't she gonna kill you, or something?
Nah, we're cool.
Sure. I'll sign. You know what? Down with Kermie.
Whoa.
Oh, I didn't know that you felt so strongly about it.
Alice's sacrilege.
Alice just starts doing Hail Marys in the corner.
Sacrilege! Sacrilege! Sacrilege!
Alice is still thinking
Well, I
about
mean, to be completely fair, Barthon never did personally like Kermie.
Okay.
He only liked fucking Cthulhu.
He liked being in a
Not-
collective.
No.
No.
He liked Cthulhu just because Cthulhu was really cool.
He had a top hat.
Yeah.
I
And where's this?
He still does wear that stuff.
That's why I said where's.
Somebody say where's?
Fuck
Get
out.
the fuck out of here, Garfield.
So yes, yep, that's what you get.
All right, I'll sign on to this.
Absolutely no boons or anything. Taking a chance.
Well, here, sorry, you're gonna have to actually sign with your blood. It's a blood contract.
Oh!
That makes sense.
You know, every little bit to go to strengthening Cookie Monster, so he can eventually devour everything.
Have fun, guys. Have fun. I am not a part of this.
Well, you are if it counts for the whole group.
Nope, I am not a part
So
of
Alice
this.
is gonna say like, so you said he was close to being as powerful as Kermie. Does
Yes.
that mean it's never been shown if he is powerful enough?
You could be correct.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to pass.
Are you sure that there's a lot of great benefits?
Didn't you just say there was no benefits?
Well, I mean, we get to be devoured.
Yeah, Barthon, I'm good.
He gets like a little like contraption that would basically to prick your finger and says, all right, here you go. You just sign in blood your name.
Hold on. I am going to odds and evens this bitch.
Oh,
It seems like a terrible decision to make a big decision with.
I mean, I want to do it, but I don't want to doom the party. If it will doom the party,
You will
but I
become
still
Cookie Monster's
really
chosen.
want to do it.
What is
So-
your reason for wanting to do it, I guess?
I don't like Kermie. Fuck Kermie.
that's it?
I thought you liked Kermie.
I like Kermie, but I don't like Kermie. He's very.
Cookie Monster is
Asshole.
technically supposed to be a nicer god, even if he is supposed to devour everything.
Apparently.
He just wants to eat the big cookie, which is the universe. So
I like that. I like that a lot. That's great. That was Bill and me just both like that's great. That's getting added.
the ultimate cookie,
The
which is
ultimate
the
cookie.
universe.
The universe.
Is that enough to convince you to convert to Cookie Monster now, Traven?
No, Alice is very
You
logical
must
about it.
consume the ultimate cookie.
She has to see the full power of Cookie Monsters. She hasn't, and even in history, it hasn't been noted if the power is equivalent or not. So she can't take that chance.
I mean, root for the underdog.
I'm gonna do it. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna make the decision. I'm not gonna do it with the fucking dice. I'm gonna do it.
All right, you're just gonna sign this blood oath, stating that you will follow Cookie Monster till death, or else you'll be cursed. So,
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
so you might as well just swear off all contact with any other gods.
Okay.
Whew.
Swerve all contact.
I mean, yeah, you shouldn't be talking. You could
All
be
right,
getting
I'm gonna
information.
walk away from this before I sign it.
Wait. No, listen. Great
Nope,
benefits.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
You
Sorry.
will rise with or without you.
That's fine. He can rise. Good for him. Defeat Kermie.
Yeah, I think
But-
it'd be pretty cool seeing Kermie at his full power.
I mean,
Um,
this is the Shaggy meme all over again.
but I do have to say, there is a high chance that I'm going to meet with other gods and goddesses. I'm not taking the chance of getting fucking cursed. Goodbye. Good day. I'll help you kill the
That's all.
assassin. We'll work with it.
Keep her attacked.
What? Fuck?
Yeah.
What is this now?
Yeah, I know what that is.
And so the dwarfs look very disappointed. And they say, "Are you sure this is what you're gonna do?"
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna probably be making contact with too many other gods. I will spread the word of Cookie Monster, but I cannot.
Spreading the word means nothing if you aren't in a blood oath. You will not be protected when the great devourer comes.
I mean, we're already.
Yeah,
But
are we technically gonna die anyways?
this religion's getting real fishy.
Yeah,
Hey,
now it's getting
listen,
fishy. Now
when
it's
you
getting
move up-
fishy.
You'll get more. Look, there's only so much information we can give to the lower levels.
I feel like I'll take my chances with the frog that'll treat my face as a surfboard. House just says.
All right. The dwarf sighs and says, "All right, well, let's go on out."
I'm gonna take my gear from my friend. They
Yeah.
brought it down.
Yeah, take it.
Oh, thank you. We've been holding it for a long time.
Yeah, it's not like our arms got tired or anything.
Fuck off.
Hi, Barthon.
Hi, Membe. How you doing?
Wait, is Alice like? Wait. So all that talk with the bandits was really just them talking about the cult?
What? No. That's not the. This is a side thing.
Oh, just a little side thing. All right.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
there's some relevance, I guess, to the main arc of this, but this was more of a side thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
fucking.
Joe
Cookie
went
Monster.
stupid where he was.
So is that picture of Kermie still like the bottom on fire?
Yeah, and they're trying to burn it. It's just not burning.
It's just not burning. Wait, but it's on fire. It's just not burning.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Infinite
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah.
If anybody's ever cold, just light a Kermit picture.
Yeah, just light a Kirby picture on fire.
So you're let out,
Kermit.
and the people like in the bar are like traumatized, and they won't make eye contact with the three of you that aren't Barthon.
I mean, sure.
And you're let outside.
I'm assuming Barthon's like wondering what happened.
Whoa.
Wait, is Barthon gonna like walk out and he sees that the fucking bouncer is in a wall?
He's like hiding up against the wall. So yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
You didn't give him the password, did you?
And then Alice is gonna look at him and be
Ah.
like, Kermie doesn't need a password.
Yeah, Kermit didn't need a password.
Oh, this makes a lot of sense then. Kermit's an asshole. All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
Kermit comes out of the wall
What are
completely.
we doing now?
Heading to the keep, and then
Yeah.
ending his session right now. But we'll be picking up right at the keep next session.
Okay.
Okay.
So the
Alright.
session is officially over.
Yeah.
That's very good to know. It's very good to know that the session is over.
Oh my.
That way I won't get murdered.
Yeah. But you guys are now exposed to the cult of Cookie Monster.
I really do want to follow that, and if I were an evil character, I 100% would.
I'm not sure how Dylan is wanting to do Cookie Monster, but I am just glad that Cookie Monster exists.
There's a lot of stuff later on.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.